A very good evening, viewers, and welcome back once again to 7 Districts Ground Ajman, where we bring you 7 Districts presents Emirates D20, powered by Fancode. We're all set and in readiness for match number 5, which is going to be played between Ajman versus Dubai. It is expected to be a cracker of a contest. Both the sides are equally well balanced on paper, and we're expecting a lot of runs to be scored on this ground. Right then, these are the two fixtures. We're just moments away for the first game, which is going to be played between Ajman and Abu Dhabi. And the next one is going to be 9:30 p.m., where Emirates Blues will be taking on Team Dubai. Right then, we don't have much time in our hands, so let's head down in the middle, where we have Samir in the middle for the pitch report.
The 7 District Sports Club is always a fantastic place to come and play a game of cricket. The pitches here have always been batter friendly. However, yesterday, remember, 2 low scores and both of them almost going to the wire. Now, this pitch is the same as the one we used yesterday, a bit of dry grass left on it. And the fast bowlers especially had a good time. Now, you might be wondering, on a dry track, how the fast bowlers enjoying? Well, it's all about the right areas. There are certain areas where they are getting a bit of extra bounce off this track. So if they can find those areas and consistently be there, trouble the batters, then there are some early wickets. As for the batters, well, once you've seen off that new ball, once you've passed that newish effect, the power play, once you apply yourselves, there's runs to be made. Still a true track, still you can play shots through the line and get some runs. So just like we saw yesterday, if you can get past 150 on this track, there is a case to be made. So as always, the idea is on this track, win the toss, bat first, put runs on the board, and then see how much you want to defend.
Well, thank you very much, Samir Yunus. So as per his predictions, win the toss and bat first. Right then, let's quickly have a look at the points table as of now. Abu Dhabi leading the chart. They've played just one game, but look at that run rate. It's 1.81. Very healthy at the moment, alongside Sharjah also winning their last game. It was an absolute nail-biter. And then Emirates Blues also starting off their campaign with one game. Dubai also have won their first initial game. Ajman, well, they're going to be playing now against Abu Dhabi, so a bit of catching up needs to be done. They have lost their initial game, but it's too early in the tournament. A strong side and will be looking to bounce back. For Fujairah, a lot to be done from their end. A couple of games have lost, so they would want to get on to their winning ways right away. Right then, once again, let's head down in the middle, where Samir Yunus is now with the two captains and the match referee for the all-important toss.
Another bright and sunny day here in Ajman, and we're all set for the toss of yet another encounter in the 7 Districts presents Emirates D20 2024, powered by Fancode. It's Ajman taking on Abu Dhabi, and we've got the two captains alongside me, Adnan Mulk for Ajman and of course Ali Abid for Abu Dhabi. And as always, our match referee, Mr. Iftikhar Ali, watching over the proceedings. It's going to be Adnan to toss the coin.
Head is the call?
Heads is the call. It is still Adnan, you won the toss. What is the plan and why is that?
We'd like to bat first because on the first match that we played, I think we were like 20 runs short. So we got used to the conditions as well. We'd like to put that margin between us now.
Obviously not the best of first games. New team, you're gelling with each other. You've now seen the conditions. What are the learnings you've taken from that game and want to apply better in this match?
Well, as you said, we're just gelling, but it doesn't take too long because everyone's experienced. We played domestic cricket here for a long time. So, and we played against each other as well. So we all know each other's game, and we'll hopefully make a good bounce back today.
Both games yesterday were low scorers, but how much do you want to put up here looking at the track?
We'll try to get something above 170 today.
All the best, go well.
Thank you.
Ali Abid, टॉस तो हार गया, लेकिन इरादा क्या था अगर जीते तो?
हम पहले बॉलिंग ही करने वाले थे, तो ये हमारे लिए सही हो गया.
अच्छा है, वैसे पहला अच्छा मैच रहा, जी विन हो गई, लेकिन उससे भी अच्छा अगर कुछ बेहतर करना चाहेंगे, कुछ इंप्रूवमेंट्स करना चाहेंगे तो वो क्या होगा?
जी यही है कि कोशिश करेंगे कि पहले के जैसे बॉलिंग करें और इंशाल्लाह इनको भी 140-150 के बीच में पकड़ें, तो उसको फिर चेज करेंगे और कोशिश करेंगे कि जैसा हमारा मोमेंटम बना हुआ है उसको कैरी करें.
ठीक है, ऑल द बेस्ट, गो वेल.
थैंक यू.
That is the news and the story from the middle. Then Ajman have won the toss and they are going to bat first.
Interesting to hear from the captain, Adnan Mulk, holding the toss, and he had no hesitations once again to be batting first on this wicket. Right then, let's quickly have a look at the lineups. Ajman starting off with Adnan Mulk, the captain. Awais Ahmed, what a run he have already in that first game. Issam Matir Rab, Hamdan Tahir, a very explosive. He was amongst the run scorers in the first game. Muhammad Abu Bakr, Muhammad Ismail, Saad Maqsood, Saghir Meyer. Well, watch out for him when he gets going. Wajid Khan. And if we talk about Abu Dhabi, a very strong, solid lineup. Leading from the front is Ali Abid, Ali Shan Sharfu. Watch out for him when he gets going. Ghulam Murtaza, the all-rounder. Haider Ali, the left-arm spinner. Ibrar Shah with his speed. Mohammad Nadeem, Prithvi Madhu. Qasim Muhammad, Rohan Mustafa, the dynamite. Shehan, Veer Ratna, and Zia Mukhtar. Right then, we're just moments away for this splendid contest between two very good sides. Well, Ajman, they lost their first game yesterday. They decided to bat first initially, and once again, they opt to bat first. So they would want to put some runs on the board. They could only manage 141 in that previous encounter, and Emirates Blues, they won that game comprehensively. Right, this right time to introduce to my co-com. It's going to be Asghar joining me back once again. Welcome back, Asghar.
Good evening, Awais Ali, and good evening to all of our viewers around the world. Another exciting day of the tournament, and Ajman batting first on a very good wicket. They'll be hoping to put up a good show with the bat.
Oh, absolutely. They should start winning from here onwards. Otherwise, later on, it's going to be very difficult to do the catching up. They're competing against some top quality sides. Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Emirates Blues, all of them, they have started their journey with a win already. So, Ajman, they would want to ensure they play a competitive cricket. But it's going to be a tough ask because they're playing against the mighty team Abu Dhabi. And I believe, Asghar, I think they're very well-balanced side.
Absolutely. That's the point. And the openers have got a big job to do here. It's all about getting to a good start up front on this wicket, and I think at least they will need 160, 170 to be really competitive here against Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, during the toss, Adnan, he wanted to score somewhere around 170, and I think that's going to be a very good target because under the lights it gets easier for the bowlers. So I think, yeah, it's a good toss to win. Want to bat first. Couldn't really get a big score yesterday, but then again, they should forget what happened in their previous game, leave everything behind and just focus on this game. Right then, the two openers are making their way in the middle, and we are just seconds away for this important clash between these two very good sides.
It's really important to stay in the moment and stay in the present. And right now, the job for the openers to get off to a good start. It's going to be left-hand, right-hand combination. Adnan Mulk alongside the tall left-hander Wajid Khan, who likes to play his shot, and this man is exciting. Ibrar Shah, slightly slingy action. He's got good pace as well, and he's a wicket taker.
Well, I think this is a very good move considering Ibrar Shah was the 7th change bowler in the last game. So they are opting to give him with the new ball, and I think that's not a bad move. And why do I say that? Because he can generate that extra gas, extra pace early on. So that is always a privilege you can have early on.
Important to see whether he gets a little bit of swing. And one other factor, yesterday we have seen no dew whatsoever. That can play a big part here. Batting first, Ajman. The dew comes, it goes in the favour of Abu Dhabi, and the batting will get a little easier. That remains to be seen.
Right then, we're all set and in readiness for match number 5. Ibrar Shah is all set. The batters are in position. The umpires are in position. And we are expecting a lot of runs in this ground. We've already seen more than 200 runs being scored on the first day. I'm expecting something same and similar to happen tonight as well.
Surprise, he's not having any slips with the brand new ball. Early on, he does shape it away from the right-handers. I would be inclined to have a slip in at least for him.
Right then, Ibrar is all set. The umpire is about to say, let's play. And finally, he does so. Let's play. And in comes Ibrar Shah for the first delivery of this game.
Straight on the money and nicely played.
Then again, when you're bowling with the new ball, you don't really need to put that extra effort, Asghar. All you need to do is just release the ball and just hit the right lengths, and of course the wicket and the new ball will do the talking and will help you a lot initially.
And that's where a lot of young bowlers get it wrong. They try to bowl a little too quick with the new ball. Right on the money. That's good stuff.
Yeah, excellent start by Brar. He's keeping things really simple, and there's a bit of movement as well going away from the right-hander. So I wouldn't mind the captain to giving him a slip, considering we know Ibrar, he can move the ball.
2 dot balls straight away. Ibrar hitting the right areas, and Adnan al-Mulk also showing some respect, trying to get his innings going, looking to play straight, and that's the job of an opener. He'll be looking to pounce on anything short and wide. This time a lot fuller and worked away through mid-wicket. It's going to be a couple of runs here for Adnan al-Mulk to get off the mark. Nice clip.
Yes, it was a very good shot by Adnan. It was once again targeting the stumps. It was pitched up in the middle stump, and then he flicked it beautifully. Just waited for the ball till the end and getting 2 runs and opening his account with style.
Not much swing on offer. The first 3 deliveries. He's trying to take the ball away from the right-hander, but not quite swinging as he normally does, but good areas. Good cricket all round. This time back over length and played away on the offside for a single.
Yeah, it's been a very cautious start, and I think that's the right approach by both these batters. Wajid couldn't really get going in the previous encounter. Went on to score just 5 runs, and Adnan al-Mulk, well, he started off really well. He struck 3 boundaries initially, went on to score 16 runs, but then just lost his concentration and couldn't really control his nerves and played a rash shot and literally threw his wicket away. So he's playing really well at the moment, watching the ball right till the end.
It will be very important for the batters of Ajman. Once you get a start, you got to convert that into a decent score, because once you get a start, you keep losing wickets, and it doesn't help your cause. Ibrar. Nice drive. There's a sweeper on the offside, back on the fence. Just be a single.
Yes, certainly these 2 batters have come out with a plan today. They know Abu Dhabi, they've got a very strong bowling lineup, so might as well just see off the outburst from the attacking bowlers, and then maybe after the 6 overs try to target. You don't want to lose early wickets, and that is what happened, Asghar. Even in the previous game, they lost 4 wickets in the power play. So I think they've learned a lot from that game.
You make a very good point there. It's about be there. This time streaky and straight to third man. That vacant cordon there. No slip, no gully. Adnan al-Mulk survives. 5 for none after 1, Ajman.
Well, this has been a good start for both the teams. Ajman being very cautious and being careful, not trying to go for those big shots at the moment. And on the other end, Ibrar, he was very precise with his line, if you talk about. If you notice from the 6 deliveries he bowled, 4 of them were onto the stumps. So that is some control. And there you go. Rohan Mustafa comes in. Full toss, and that's been slashed hard. That's going to be the first boundary for Adnan.
Quicker delivery there from Ron Mustafa, just turning out to be a low full toss and sliced away for a boundary. Adnan al-Mulk will take that. Bit of a loosener there from Ron Mustafa.
Well, this is what we'll see on offer from Rohan Mustafa. That is what he's been doing throughout the season, throughout his career. He'll just keep on darting onto the stumps, ball it quicker. And I think Adnan has played a lot of cricket with him. Hit hard and brilliantly done. I was sworn was written all over it, but he certainly saved a boundary.
Another low full toss and it was driven hard. Good bit of work, saved some runs. So far, Ron Mustafa just a little too full for his liking. Decent start here for Ajman. 10 for none. It'll be interesting matchup how Wajid copes up with Ron Mustafa.
Let's quickly have a look at the field he's set for the left-hander. He's got a deep mid-wicket and a long off. So Ron Mustafa will do what he does always. Target the stumps. Beautifully bowled. Excellent delivery. That is where he becomes very dangerous, Rohan Mustafa. You don't want to be playing across the line. You have to be playing as straight as you can because the LBW and the ball will certainly come into equation.
Oh, absolutely. He's darting them in quick. Yes, pulls up there. And there's also a change in field as well. Long on goes back. Mid off comes up in the circle. Full and drives it but doesn't find the gap. This is excellent stuff here from Ron.
He's bowling really well. Just after that first delivery, which was wavered with provided full toss. Finding his length now. That's short and pummeled towards cover. Brilliant stroke by Wajid, and he too will get his first boundary.
That's an excellent shot. Very good cricketing shot. A little bit of room and length to work with it, and he is very strong in that area. Excellent shot over the top. First boundary here for Wajid.
Well, I really like the approach of these two batters. Till now, what we've seen, they're not going ballistic, they're not going all out, waiting for the bad deliveries. The first one was a bad one. Now again, a short delivery, wide with provided, and just hit it for a 4. Last delivery. Block hole, and we'll end the over with a dot delivery. 2 gone, 14 for no loss.
Fourteen for none after 2 overs. It's a very good start for Ajman. Wicketless so far, so the openers doing a decent job here. And Abu Dhabi, they just need to settle in good lines and lengths and patience. Good delivery. And nicely played as well by Adnan. He's looking really composed here.
Well, Adnan, he'll have to show some composure and calmness. We have seen it even in the previous games. Adnan at times just gets a little carried away and just shimmies down the track, goes for that big track, and that is where he just loses his cool and loses his wicket. But then again, today it's been completely the opposite. He's showing a lot of character in the middle, a lot of maturity. Going along really well at the moment.
Full toss and it's been lifted over the top. Ali Abed coming around, got a hand to it, got both hands to it, and just could not hold on to that one.
Well, Wajid survives a scare. By no means he got this from the middle of the bat. I think he just got caught in surprise. Was in two minds where to go big or to play down the ground, and in the end, I think that should have been taken. He did all the hard work. Ali Abed, the skipper himself, but in the end just could not grasp.
Big let off here for Wajid. Excellent delivery. Almost squared up Adnan al-Mulk, but played with soft hands and once again gets off strike. That's excellent piece of batting.
Yeah, it's been a bit of even Stevens at the moment. We saw a couple of boundaries coming in the last over, and now both of these batters playing really sensibly. All 3 deliveries they have taken the singles. So, not taking any unnecessary chances. Very good approach from Ajman today.
They're looking really good. In control here. Wajid has to convert into this a big one because he's got a let off. Fuller delivery, and this time he's gone over the top here. And he gets all of it. That's a tremendous blow. That's the first maximum of the innings.
Well, he's playing some really smart cricket here, Wajid. And this time, Ibrar opted to go full in his arc and said, "Thank you, Wajid." He's taken him downtown. What an excellent flow of the bat, a charismatic stroke, and he's going to get his first maximum of this innings. And Ajman are on the move.
Slightly too full here from Ibrar. Looking to shape it back. Got the length wrong and pounced brilliantly by Wajid. Another full delivery and it's been hit hard over the top for another boundary. So it's a great momentum here for Ajman.
Well, Wajid is unleashing now, but poor bowling, I must say, and poor field setup. They've got a deep square leg and a deep point, and he's opted to bowl full. So, not too sure with this move. There you go. Look at that delivery. Well, it's a hit me delivery, and that is what Wajid did. Hit down the ground. And that's turning out to be a very expensive and handy over for Ajman.
I wonder why he's not hitting that back of a length, hard sort of length. This time he's drifted onto the pads. It's short and it's been hammered for 6. This is some serious stuff here from Wajid.
Well, your wish did come true, Asghar. He did go for the short delivery, but Wajid has pommeled this and clobbered this out of the park. This has been a big over for Team Ajman. 3 gone, 33 for no loss. Let's quickly have a look at this shot again. There you go. Terrific bat speed. Stamping his authority on this occasion, Wajid. Getting 6 runs to close out the third over. What a wonderful start for Team Ajman. Quite contrasting start to what happened in the previous encounter, but today they have come out with a strategy and planning. Full toss, driven handsomely, and bit of footwork will certainly save the boundary.
Abu Dhabi just looking a little flat here after that over, and Wajid taking it on to Ibrar. These two have put up a very good show here. Dhabi, they need to pull up their socks here. Outside edge. Was it deliberate? But it 4 runs. That's what matters.
Well, I think he played that intentionally. It was a very good shot. He just used the pace of Rohan Mustafa, waited right till the end, and opened the face of the bat and guided it beautifully towards the third man. Look at that shot. Oh, brilliant. This is very good. Tremendous batting from Team Ajman.
Intelligent as well, just using the pace, getting it fine for 4. A quicker delivery. Got through everyone.
Well, that's good, I believe. I think he's getting a little predictable now, Rohan. He's bowling his second over. He's already bowled the 3 deliveries. And all of them, if you notice, he's bowled fuller, trying to target the stumps. But at times, he's not really getting the line right. He's bowling the wrong channels. And they've capitalized brilliantly here at Team Ajman.
I think Kamran Atta got a bit of a blow because of that delivery. Hit him somewhere on the knee. And that will hurt because Ron Mustafa is really firing them in.
Yeah, he bowls with some pace, Rohan Mustafa. And usually we see him bowling some medium paces as well. And I'm sure he's bowling at pretty much the speed of 125, maybe, Asghar?
Somewhere around 110 to 15. That's my guess.
You said it right. I think I was getting a little over ambitious there. Right then, he's getting some medical attention. Discussing about the previous over, Ibrar. I think it was a poor setup from him because he had that deep point, he had a deep square leg, and he just kept on bowling fuller. And the bat is realizing that they just played very smart cricket and always trying to hit down the ground, trying to hit into that V. And after that runs were scored, then Ibrar decided that, right, I need to go short And I think the batter was smart enough to realize that. And I think Wajid, he was pretty much ready. And he smashed that last delivery out of the park. So really good thinking from Team Ajman.
Yeah, he got really predictable. Early on was too full and then overcompensating with that short delivery on middle leg stump. Wajid got on top of him. It was a bit of slice of luck for Wajid. That full toss wasn't a great delivery, but a catch put down as well. So Abu Dhabi just not really looking switched on here.
I think it's going to be a matter of time. They have got some very quality bowlers in the lineup though. And Rohan Mustafa is bowling his second over, and I think he will be removed most likely because he's not getting the ball to land in the perfect areas. We'll have to wait and see. Certainly Ibrar, I don't think so. He's going to be in operation next over. So it's going to be a tricky one. Maybe it's Zia Mukhtar. He's got lots of experience to be bowled with the new ball.
Not a bad choice, I think. They should go with Zia. I believe the ball is relatively new. If there's anything for the fast bowler, he can find it and get it to deviate early on. And they desperately need a breakthrough to change the momentum of this game.
Yeah, needs to change his length, Rohan Mustafa.
Oh, he's knocked him over with a peach of a delivery, and the celebrations begin. He's pushed the keeper back, and there you go.
Well, the celebration says it all. That means a lot to him. What a brilliant delivery that was. And Wajid had no clue whatsoever how to go about that. It came in really sharp and has knocked the stumps. He was looking so good, Wajid, and he'll be very disappointed.
Just played all over it. Played it across the line, and length was perfect. Middle stump Yorker, and he's really enjoyed that alongside Haider Ali. Wajid goes for a quick fire 22. It's 40 for 1.
A much needed breakthrough coming for Team Abu Dhabi. Ajman, they were looking so good in the middle. Wajid giving their team a brilliant start. Adnan on the other end is playing along nicely. And in comes another very talented batter, Hamdan Tahir. Well, tell us more about him, Asghar.
He's a lot more solid and a lot more different than Wajid, certainly, because he plays those orthodox shots. He's been around the circuit for a long time. Good young player. There you go, working the ball into the gaps. That's his strength. Takes a single, gets off the mark.
Yeah, that's the first time we're seeing Rohan Mustafa bowling a length delivery. Otherwise, all the other ones were onto the stumps and full.
There you go. Wonderfully bowled. He knew that Wajid was looking to go over the top, so he's just fired that one right in the block hole. Another low full toss. This time takes it on the full. Adnan ul Mulk and picks up a boundary.
Well, that's a shot from a man full of confidence. Coming down the track and hitting it downtown again. And it was a good over, but Adnan finishing off with a flourishing boundary. It's 4 gone, 45 for 1. Team Ajman, they're off to a brilliant start here. 45, they've just lost one wicket, and that too of Wajid, who was looking very comfortable and destructive in the middle, but then Rohan Mustafa bowled that peach of a delivery and just passed through his gate. And it's going to be another very, very talented bowler, Haider Ali. Just ask a lot of questions and use this wicket to his full potential.
It's going to be a very important spell for Abu Dhabi from Haider Ali. He's got the experience. Man, he's very good with his line and length, with his variations. Starting off against the left-hander. Straight away, right on the money and beats him.
Yeah, this is a very good start, and I wouldn't mind the captain giving him a slip early on, Hamdan Tahir. He's relatively new at the crease, so why not just apply some pressure? And mind you, Haider, he's got that arm delivery as well, which will go away from the left-hander.
This time on the stumps and push towards Ron Mustafa, short mid-wicket. There you go, right on the spot. 2 deliveries. He's already making the difference.
Nicely tossed up and cut away, but into the hands of the fielder. So he's playing a very careful knock here, Hamdan, and I think that's the right approach, especially against Haider Ali. You don't want to be playing across the line because he's always going to be targeting the stump, so just do not get your pads in the way.
Oh, beats him again. 4 dots in a row. Yes, you want to be careful, but at the same time, I think he's got to look to rotate strike here because the left hand right hand combination of Adnan is finding the middle of the mat. You don't want to be putting pressure on yourself.
Oh, waiver delivery, darting towards the stumps but not getting the line right. It's gone towards the leg side and he's got some bat on it and will get his first boundary.
Just when the pressure was beginning to tell on Hamdan Tahir, Haider Ali just drifted onto the pads. Easy pickings for the left-hander, and he'll be relieved to pick up that boundary, just easing his nerves.
Yeah, you can see he was getting a little fidgety, a little agitated, but after that shot, he was just having a conversation with the keeper and there was a bit of a smile on his face, so that is good to see. Certainly released some tension and some nerves. Nicely bowled once again and equally well played by Hamdan Tahir to close out a very successful over for Haider Ali. 5 gone. It's 49 for 1 and we're going to have a change in the voices. It's going to be Ahmed Khwaja to join in alongside Samir Yunus.
Thank you very much, Wes Ali and Asghar Khan. Final over of the power play. And it's been pulled towards deep mid wicket. Handsome strike from the Ajman captain. All the way for half a dozen. What a way to welcome Samir Yunus.
Wonderful welcome indeed. Good evening to you. Good evening to everyone who's tuned in. It seems like Ajman have gotten off to a much better start than they did in the previous game. Yesterday they lost that one against the Blues, but today this is Rohan Mustafa to bowl the 6th over, the last one of the power play. He's the one who picked up that wicket. But it's a good start for Ajman.
Yeah, Adnan on Mulk has found his rhythm this evening. Looking solid. Nicely pushed away. Big gap towards deep mid wicket. He's on 28 of 16 and double quick time. So they've raised the 50 in the power play. And certainly the blues, the batting blues they had in the previous game, Ajman, have long been forgotten.
Yeah, the tracks played out quite nicely as well. Ball coming onto the bat. Played their shots and got value for it.
Punchy drive, but mid-off is in the circle. Hamdan Tahir would be disappointed. He didn't do more with that delivery. Rohan Mustafa has bowled very full in this power play. It has gotten him reward. But then you can leak runs as well. Squeezed away towards cover point for a single But Ajman need to make sure beyond the power play they continue this momentum, Samir.
Yeah, that's always a challenge, isn't it? Earlier on, you can hit a few good shots and get that momentum going, but that consistency past the power play is where a lot of teams get exposed.
Simple push down the ground. So the first section of the game, I would say, is towards the home side. 58 for 1 at the end of the power play. Well, taking a look at the highlights of the power play, it was the Adnan ul Mulk show. Wajid Khan chipping in as well. We know he's a real daredevil power play specialist. And anytime Ibrahim Shah pitched the ball up, he was hammered straight into the side screen. A 6 and a 4. And this one was a glorious hit. Over square leg, way back. Rohan Mustafa, that was a delightful shot from Adnan ul Mulk. Just opening the face of the blade. The sole wicket to fall. Block hold Yorker from Rohan. But they have been slightly expensive in the power play, Abu Dhabi. And of course, it is a very dry, cool evening. Beautiful breeze as well at the ground. So we don't anticipate dew to be a factor tonight, Samir.
Yeah, very pleasant conditions out there. It was out for the toss and the pitch report. Not your typical warm day here in Ajman. Nice breeze blowing across. There was a few clouds as well this evening. So very pleasant, very nice to play a game of cricket as we ease into the winter season here in UAE.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming. It was a very long summer, to say the least. Good to see friendly banter between the two sides. Of course, all of these cricketers play against each other, with each other a lot. Our club teammates all over the UAE. So certainly, even though they've been divided regionally, good to see that spirit of cricket being upheld.
Yeah, that's one thing you'll always find in UAE with the multiple formats of tournaments that take place one after the other. They keep changing teams. And as you said, one moment they're teammates and the other, they go against each other.
Well, you're saying one after the other. I would rather say one on top of the other.
Yeah, it's come to that point, hasn't it?
Stacking up. It's been a very busy season. Of course, we had the Women's T20 World Cup rescheduled from Bangladesh to the UAE. So hence, that made the venues a bit clogged up. Hence, those tournaments are stacking up back to back. Good to see Ali Shan Sharafu now relieved of wicket-keeping duties. And Rohan Mustafa is the glove man. That is one thing I have never seen before. We know he can do everything on a cricket field. And now he'll prove it tonight.
Yeah, when you say everything, it includes wicket-keeping as well. The question is, what cannot he do? Well, we'll find out today how good he is with the gloves. I'm sure he's certainly someone who can do a bit of keeping. Should be fun, this, especially against someone like Haider Ali who really darts it in.
First over was a tidy one from Haider. Let's see what he can do outside the power play. Beautifully bowled, delightful flight, and a wonderful take by Rohan Mustafa as well.
Yeah, looking like a pro. But yeah, this is Haider Ali. He'll be very accurate, keep it in the right areas. Won't find much turn, but he will probe that off-stump channel regularly.
That was the arm ball, watchfully played. And Rohan Mustafa, you know, he's always up for a chat, so I'm sure that stump mic is going to get a lot of feedback from him.
Yeah, and good luck to the batter. He'll be constantly on his ears.
Hamdan Tahir batting at number 3 in this Ajman batting lineup, usually opens the innings. And there you can see Rohan Mustafa. I think he's played probably hundreds of thousands of matches, but still the fire burns bright, the love for the game, and always competing hard wherever he plays. And still a match winner, as we saw at the Zim Afro T10, and of course for Abu Dhabi and throughout the D tournaments in the UAE.
Yeah, he's got lots of gas left in him. And like you said, every time he steps out onto this green grass, he gives it everything, plays with a lot of passion and heart. And that's why he's so successful.
Well, maybe he should have a Diet 7-Up. He'll feel better. Get rid of the gas.
Wow, roles reverse, Khwaja. I thought I was the one with the puns and the dad jokes.
Today is my day. No dew. Oh, quicker one. nicely square driven. The call is for 2, but yeah, no chance there. So far so good, but like you mentioned, Heather Ali, he won't turn the ball a lot. But it's a dry evening. You can get some revs on the ball. Why not just flight it a touch?
Now, so far, he hasn't really gotten away. The batters haven't really gone after him. There's left-hander now, so there is protection pretty much in the deep on the leg side. There is that one fielder in the ring on the offside, so big vacant spaces.
Hitting the splice of the bat, beautifully bowled once again. Yeah, the matchup does favour Hamdan Tahir, but does he want to go towards that cow corner square leg region? There is Alishan Sharfu in the deep, expectant for a catch. So far, very calmly played. And another tidy over. The call is for 2. They're running on the throw. And he'll make it in time. Good call by Hamdan. And good perseverance by Adnan ul Mulk as well. 7 overs gone. Ajman are moving along nicely at 9 runs per over. 63 for 1. Well, plenty of batting still to come. Saad Maqsood, Lovepreet Singh Bajwa, Hamad Ahmed Khan, Saghir Khan, Isamati ur Rab as well. So they've got the platform. Going at 9 runs per over currently. I think they should be looking at around 170, 180 bare minimum. They've kept the wickets in hand. It's not been a collapse like it was in their opening game. And this man in particular has been responsible. The captain shouldering the burden. 31 of 20. Another left arm spinner coming into the fray. Mohammad Nadeem from the far end. Very similar to Haider Ali. Doesn't turn the ball a lot. Does get that drift in the air. Oh, inside edge. That's one thing you don't want to do, Samir Yunus. Don't want that front foot to get across the stumps to Mohammad Nadeem.
Yeah, especially on a track that isn't offering too much turn. You've got to be playing for the straighter one. Yeah, the one that might turn will probably go past your outside edge. So the best way to counter the left arm spin is to try and play for the one that comes straight, and then once you get that loose ball, try and go after the boundary.
65 for 1 in the 8th over. Looking relatively good, Ajman. Oh, that was uppish. Some oohs and ahs from Rohan Mustafa as well.
On every single delivery. That's what you expect from someone like him behind the stumps.
Well, he is an entertainer. And he will certainly keep you on the edge of your seat. And doing a pretty tidy job, it has to be said. Maybe he can reinvent himself once again as a wicket-keeping all-rounder. He can open, he can bat anywhere in the top 6. He bowls those 4 vital overs. Nicely bowled. Slower in the air. I think they're anticipating a big shot from Hamdan Tahir.
Yeah, it's been a couple of quiet overs now. Previous one from Haider Ali, this one just 3 runs off it so far. Oh, taken the edge. Ali Shan for a moment would have thought that it's coming straight to him, but survives Hamdan.
Yeah, playing for the turn that wasn't there. Closing the face of the bat early. Lucky escape. So Hamdan Tahir 9 of 14. Something has got to give, you feel. So far, doing a great job. Well, he's as loud as one of your Sri Lankan wicketkeepers. Anna Hari Macha.
Well, you cannot keep him out of action, can you? Rohan Mustafa wants to be involved in every ball, every piece of action that's out there, and that's what makes him such an entertainer. And sometimes that too is a great tactic to put the opposition on the back foot.
Oh, absolutely. Watchfully played, and another tidy over coming in from an Abu Dhabi left arm spinner. 68 for 1. Beautiful, cool evening here at the 7 District Sports Club in Ajman. Really is such a picturesque venue. We have that 7 Districts Cricket Academy to the left of your screen as well. World-class facility. Stamp of approval given by the likes of Rashid Khan, Rahmanullah Gurbaz, Mohammad Shehzad, Mohammad Nabi, Fakhr Zaman. So if it's good enough for them, it's certainly good enough for us. Meanwhile, Haider Ali bowling a miserly spell, only 9 runs conceded in 2 overs. And good to see they're on the attack here. They're sensing something here with that slip in place. Ghulam Murtaza, big bucket-like hands. So can Haider Ali just get one to turn off the straight? Adnan Ul-Mulk, he's played a very good inning so far, but they need a bit more. He goes big, high and handsome, and clears the mid-wicket with something. What a shot.
Yeah, it had to come. Couple of quiet overs. Haider Ali flighted that one and it was nice and straight for Adnan Ul-Mulk. Nicely got under it and that went a long way up and a long way away as well for a maximum. So that should unleash or release some of the pressure.
This time just skidding on, flat batted towards long off. Yeah, they've got that early boundary in the over. So now it's Haider Ali trying to play catch up to them. And Hamdan Tahir needs to be sensible here. 10 or 15, fair enough. You've struggled a bit, but you don't want to go after the bowler once more and perhaps lose a wicket in the process. Just be sensible, show some game awareness. And he's doing exactly that. That's very smart.
I think one way for them to go about is just watch off someone like Haider Ali. You know he's not someone you can easily take on. If you can score about 24, 25 runs against him in his 4 overs and not give him a wicket, more importantly, that's 1/2 win, especially against someone like him. So they'll have to play it smart from here on.
Oh, absolutely. Full and straight once again. So Haider Ali has bowled 3 overs. Rohan Mustafa has bowled 3 in the power play as well. Who will Ali Abid turn to? Remember, a long, long way to go in the game just yet. And they're prime frontline bowlers with only 1 over apiece. So Ajman, if they can manage this smartly, at the back end of the innings, the last 4 or 5 overs, I think they could really counter-attack them really hard and look for that 185, 190 sort of score.
Yeah, the good thing is they've got wickets in hand. Lost only 1 so far. So with 2 of their premier bowlers bowling out their 3, I think this sits well for them towards a late flourish, maybe in the last 5 to 6 overs.
Beautifully bowled. And it's the frontline wicketkeeper Shehan now with the gloves on. So Rohan Mustafa, thank you for your services. 78 for 1 after 9. So Ibrahim Shah was expensive in the power play. 2 overs, none for 24. Rohan tidy and got the big wicket of Wajid. Haider Ali 3 for 9, none for 19. Very economical as usual. Mohammad Nadeem rolling his arm over as well. So maybe Zia Mukhtar, he was a bit expensive in the previous match in the power play. Maybe they're going to use him at the back end of the innings. That could be an option as well. Alishan Sharfu bowled really well in the previous match too. But he's taken a blow to his right knee. Let's see if he's fit to bowl. Nicely bowled, keeping it very tight, targeting the stumps there, Nadeem.
Yeah, Hamdan seems to be quite content on just nudging it around. He doesn't seem to be in any sort of hurry. Maybe the plan is for him to try and bat the 20 overs.
Pulled away. Could have done a lot more with that delivery, but they've only taken 1. A bit more aggressive running between the wickets could have gotten them a couple there.
Yeah, the instruction for him seems to be that you try and bat long, bat deep, while the rest of the batters try and go after. Not a bad ploy on a track like this where you've got to preserve wickets and try and go big towards the end.
Yeah, they're in a decent position at the moment. Shuffle down the track. But one thing you need to be wary of is don't overcorrect because you were 90 odd for 9 in the previous match. You're thinking, hang on, now we really need to bat well, concentrate hard. Of course, it was Awais Ahmed with that late flurry that got them to 140. So it's a fine balancing act. Oh, inside edge. Beautifully bowled. So there is some turn on offer if you're willing to throw up the ball here, Samir.
Yeah, it's got to do with the pace. We saw even yesterday, Nabil Aziz, the youngster, picking up 3 wickets. The change that he made was he gave it a lot of air, slowed it down. That's what worked for the spinners.
Very watchfully played once again, Nadeem. Well, this is a different side of him that we're seeing today. Usually he bowls those quick darts into the stumps, getting that drift in the air, but today he's willing to flight the ball. That's an excellent over. Great fielding of his own bowling as well. Only 7 runs conceded in 2. So at the halfway point, Ajman slightly losing a bit of momentum, but overall in a pretty decent position at 80 for 1. It's time for a drinks break in the middle and a change in the com box as well, as Asghar Khan and Awais Ali will take you through.
Well, going along really nicely his team, Ajman. They've lost only 1 wicket, and that to Wajid, who gave a very good start to his team, alongside Adnan, who's just 6 runs shy to be reaching his half century. Leading from the front is the captain, Hamdan Tahir. Well, I think he just needs to get a move on now. Still a lot of batters to come, but want to start playing a few strokes.
This time he goes big, and I think he's got all of it. That is half century from the captain. And he's led the way for the fight for Ajman in this game. Excellent stroke.
Well, this has been a brilliant knock. Very smart batting. He's played a calculated innings, showed a lot of maturity, showed a lot of game awareness in the middle, and getting his 50 with style with a huge maximum. He's taking down the premier spinner Haider Ali. Tremendous striking. There you go. 29 balls, half century with 3 fours and those 3 majestic maximums.
This has come at a very good rate as well, but this time he finds the fielder. So Haider Ali getting some redemption. Adnan al-Mulk looking to break free. Just lost his concentration after his half century.
Well, he'll be very disappointed. He was looking so good. He wanted to convert this into a big one tonight. But Haider Ali kept his composure, kept on bowling to the stumps, and hit flat and hard. But a very good catch taken in the deep before the captain Adnan al-Mulk has played and given his team a brilliant start. 15, just 30 deliveries. Ajman now 86 for 2. Well, both the openers have done a magnificent job. They're in a very commanding position, I would say, having an upper hand in this game. So now it's all going to be to Hamdan Tahir. Here's the man settled. And it's going to be the new batter, Saad, who's just walked in the middle. Plenty of overs to go. He has the privilege to get his eye in the middle, get a good look at the ball, and then start going for his shots.
That's an excellent opportunity. Good platform for him. Missed out yesterday, so he'll be looking get a decent knock under his belt here. On the other end, Amdani needs to push on as well. Oh, very good delivery. Excellent stuff here from Haider Ali.
Well, let's have a look at the previous wicket. It was Adnan ul Mulk, who was looking very destructive. But I think he's done his job. It was really hit hard flat, but there you go. Just found the fader in the deep, and he made no mistake whatsoever. So much needed wicket for Team Abu Dhabi. Oh, what a ripper of a delivery. That is a dream delivery for any left arm spinner in the world.
You really can't play those. Just angled in, and after pitching, it's just enough turn to beat the outside edge. Oh, this is high class from Haider Ali. Superb bowling.
Yeah, in this stage of the game, they've already got a couple of wickets. Why not just get a slip to this man, Haider Ali? He's getting a purchase from this track now. Oh, has he knocked the stumps? He's celebrating. Oh, he's knocked him over. What a great comeback, and all thanks to this man, Haider Ali, picking up another wicket in this over.
This is high class bowling from a very, very fine left arm spinner. That's brilliant. 2 in 2 previous delivery, just missed the off stump. This time he hits the off stump. This is a cracking delivery.
This is some brilliant bowling, and look at that celebration. It means a lot to him. He was struggling to get initial wickets, but then getting 2 very important wickets in the context of play. Saad Maqsood not disturbing the scores tonight. Will have to go back to the dugout. Ajman 86 for 3. In walks Lovepreet. Played really well last night. He was the only player who looked pretty solid. Was looking quite calm in the middle. Got some runs under his belt for his team. And once again, he's been put in a spot where his services will be certainly required in this game.
Absolutely looked in sublime form. Couldn't really convert it into a big one, but 40 odd last night. It's in good form. Perfect opportunity for him to get a decent knock here, and Ajman really needs a special performance from him, and this partnership needs to kick on because they lost 2 wickets here.
Beautifully bowled and equally well played by Lovepreet to end a very successful over and a very good spell from Haider Ali. It's 11 gone, 86 for 3.
"86 for 3, 2 quick wickets for Abu Dhabi. The team continuing here, advancing down the pitch. Hamdan Tahir couldn't really got the placement. He's also looking to get on, which is the right way, because he's spent quite a bit of time in the middle. Now it's up to him to just ease the pressure.
Yes, being the senior statesman in the team, now it will all come down to Hamdan Tahir and Lovepreet. Both of these batters will have to bat deep, at least till the 17th or the 18th over, not lose any more wickets. Punch towards long on. Lovepreet will open his account with a single.
He's a good player of spin, Lovepreet, using the crease, going back and working the ball into the gaps. On the other end, Nadeem has done a very good job for Abu Dhabi with his slow left armers. Oh, that one just stayed down a little. Hamdan will pick up a single.
Yeah, he's not looking at his best today, Hamdan Tahir. We don't really see him playing 24 deliveries and just scoring 15 runs. And I think it's all because of the bowling of Team Abu Dhabi. They've kept things relatively very tight. They haven't really given him any room whatsoever. So it's testing time for Hamdan Tahir.
Again, worked away beautifully. Easily done by Lovepreet. He waits for the ball and he doesn't commit himself onto that front foot early enough. So that's a sign of a quality player against spin. He's rotating the strike at his will. He looks to go big, and that bounce saved him on that occasion. Little bit of desperation coming in from Hamdan Tahir.
Yeah, he was very close to those stumps. And something's got to give now. He's getting very fidgety in the middle. Yeah, that's much more like it. Straighter and showing the full face of the bat. Will get a single and retain strike in the next over. It's 12 gone. Ajman 91 for 3. Well, if you talk about the weather, excellent weather conditions in the middle. It's quite cooler compared to last night. I think that is certainly going to help the players inside, Asghar.
Yeah, it's getting pleasant. Light October. It's going to be a bowling change. It's going to be Ghulam Murtaza into the attack. Onto the pads and nicely tucked away.
Well, the spinners have done a brilliant job for their team. They've kept the ball at the tight channels, and Heather Ali, well, picked up 2 wickets in that first over, and certainly they have gone at the back foot now, Team Ajman. Still batting at a very healthy run rate, so might as well just bat till the 15th, 16th over and then try to play those big shots.
Yeah, they need to just rebuild through this partnership. They need to go at a good tempo as well. Nicely played. Fine, and work for the man in the deep who does well. Couple of runs here for Lovepreet. He's a busy player and he's got the scoreboard moving along nicely at the moment.
Yeah, excellent cricket all around. Ghulam Murtaza bowling a good delivery, and the batter opening the face of the bat, beautifully guiding towards third man, and brilliant bit of fielding in the deep, certainly saving a couple of runs for his side. Tremendous stuff in the middle.
This is the phase of the game where both teams will be looking to stay patient and build on the good work. This time he's gone big here, and I think he's got all of it. That is a tremendous shot from Lovepreet.
All quite fittingly using his feet down the ground, and has hit a magnificent shot. What a sensational hit from a man who's coming in a lot of form from the previous game, and he's continuing it in this game.
100 up for Ajman as well with that shot. I think he read the slow delivery. Great use of the feet and got close to the pitch of the ball. Excellent footwork.
Yeah, proper cricketing shot there. Not trying to go across the line. Good comeback delivery and watchfully played by Lovepreet. So He's playing very smart cricket in the middle.
He's providing wonderful impetus to this innings. 10 of 6. He's looked proactive right from the outset. And that's what form does to you. That confidence is always up. Not afraid to play the big shot early on in your innings.
Beautiful bowling. Perfect length. A bit of a misfield will allow the batters to come for a single. Sloppy work. And who's to be blamed? It's the bowler himself.
Yeah, just couldn't bend down in time there, the big fast bowler. 10 runs of this over, which is a good one for Ajman. Now the onus is back on Hamdan Tahir. 17 of 27. Would like to catch up a couple of boundaries, get his strike rate up. He goes big here through the leg side. Doesn't quite find the space between those two fielders. A single. That's the end of the over. 102 for 3 after 13.
Well, there you go. That's the scorecard for Team Ajman. Both the opening batters giving a blistering start. Captain leading from the front, 50 and just 30. And then Wajid also playing a flourishing innings, 22 in just 10 deliveries. And then Hamdan, where he's looking a little uncomfortable in the middle since the time he's walked in. And Saad couldn't really contribute tonight. Lovepreet, who's just walked in, is playing a good knock at the moment. Well, they've been very disciplined with the extras. Just the one extra given at this point of the game. Goes big towards long on. One bounce and still cannot find the middle of the bat. Yeah, I think he's struggling there big time now, Asghar.
Yeah, he's making his intentions clear. He's looking to play those big shots, but it's one of those days where he's not finding the middle of the bat. And Nadeem is doing a mighty good job. None for 13. Very economical stuff here from the left armour. And pulled away nicely. Nadeem's overs give you as a bit of a cushion for Abu Dhabi because he's a genuine batsman as well. So Ron Mustafa and him, very good all-round options. This time he's gone big again. Again the same story, not out of the middle of the bat.
Yeah, the approach is right for Hamdan Tahir. He's realized there's no point staying in the middle, getting those singles and doubles. It's not going to work for him. 30 deliveries already, so might as well now just have that attacking mindset and go for those big strokes. Nothing to lose from here onwards. And knock the stumps. Nadeem finally getting the redemption. He gets his first, and that is a huge moment in the game. It is Lovepreet who'll have to go back.
Lovepreet was playing so well until this. And trying to play a big shot where slightly the odds were against him, playing across the line and pays the price. Excellent bowling, excellent reward for some tight bowling by Mohammad Nadeem. Lovepreet looked good for his 12. He's gone now. It's 105 for 4.
Well, in walks the new batter. It is Hamad Ahmed Khan. And now a lot is going to depend on Hamdan Tahir once again. Hamad, who's just walked in the middle. So all the responsibility will shift to Hamdan Tahir. 30 deliveries in 20. He's trying his level best to get those big shots in his favour. I think he just needs to calm down a little. He's trying to hit a little too hard for my liking, Asghar.
You make a great point. I think when things are not going your way, you just need to calm down and get back to the basics. Look to time the ball. Hold your shape. Meanwhile, Ahmad Ahmed Khan, it's an important stage for him as well. Missed out yesterday, so want some time in the middle. Nice square drive to get off the mark. He's looking to come back for the second, not there.
Yeah, I think he just threw it at the wrong end. But a good, confident looking stroke straight away from Hamad. Just flight in the delivery, and there you go. Going across the line. Never a good shot selection when you're playing a left arm orthodox. And what a sight for the spinner. Last delivery of Nadeem's. Beautifully bowled. And Hamdan watchfully taking a single. We'll get back to the strike in the next over. It's 14 gone, Ajman. 107 for 4. Well, the captain, he's been very smart with the rotation of his bowlers. Ibrar, not a very good outing for him today. Went for plenty in that first over, but then Rohan Mustafa getting that first wicket of Wajid Haider, picking up 2 wickets in that over. He bowled the last over, and then Nadeem has also bowled brilliantly. Look at that economy, 4.25. Ghulam Murtaza has bowled 1 over and has given 11 runs. And talking about extra, we just mentioned earlier, very disciplined bowling. That is something which Team Abu Dhabi has worked hard, and they have certainly shown a display of it.
Excellent stuff by the bowlers after the initial onslaught from Wajid, and Adnan and Mulk played really well, but in between they held their nerve, bowled in good areas and contained the batters to extent. Full toss, worked away and straight to the man. When things are not going your way, it's that kind of day for Hamdan Tahir. Even a full toss, he's not able to put that one in the gap. He's gone here.
Yeah, struggling innings finally comes to the end. Hamdan Tahir just was not looking at his 100% today. Look at that. He's missed out on a juicy full toss. Usually he just dispatches it out of the park. But today, finding the fielder in the deep. And once again, brilliant in the fielding department. Not dropping any catches. And Hamdan Tahir, a sorry innings for him. 32 deliveries, 21 is what he scored with just 1 boundary. Ajman, 107 for 5. Right then, half the side back to the dugout, and we're into the 15th over. 5 more overs to go. And if you want one man to be walking in at this stage of the game, it is this man on your screen, Saghir Khan. Well, a very destructive batter, a complete package, an asset to have in your side. And I think it was a blessing in disguise, I believe, Oscar, the departure from Dan Tahir. And they would have wanted Saghir Khan to walk in the middle.
A real game changer. Down the leg side, it will be a wide. I think he'll be looking to go after the bowling from the word go, the kind of form he's in. Missed out yesterday, but very much capable of turning on its head. And he needs just around 10-15 deliveries to really go berserk and change the complexion of the game.
Absolutely, and there's one thing for certain, Team Abu Dhabi, they're not going to take this easy from here onwards. They know the capability of this man. Saghir can completely change the complexion of this game in a jiffy.
There you go. He goes big here through the leg side, and I think he's got all of it. What a strike here. First delivery and onto the pads, and 6.
Well, that is Saghir Khan for you. He's announced his arrival very early in his innings. It wasn't all that bad a delivery, but just look at the class of this man. Getting into an excellent position, waited, read the slow delivery, and dispatching it out of the park. Tremendous strike.
Great balance at the crease. Look at that. Excellent base and great hand-eye coordination. He's a strong block. Smaller in stature, but he's quite strongly built. He's gone hard, straight. doesn't carry to mid-off.
This was struck really hard, and Saghir will be considering himself lucky that he didn't time it too well. Otherwise, it could have just gone straight into the hands of the fielder.
Very important stage of the game. If Saghir can manage to bat till the end, they could get up to 170. Pretty much on the cards with the kind of ability he has, and Hamad is also a capable player. Can strike the ball. Dot ball. That's a lot better from Ghulam. Bowling at the stumps.
It was a good delivery by Ghulam Murtaza. Was a little waver to start off with. But then, I was talking about Saghir. I think he's just going to hold the key from here on, Bazaskar. He needs to stay right till the end for Team Ajman to score somewhere around 165, 170 from here onwards, considering we know how destructive a batting lineup Abu Dhabi team possesses.
Oh, inside edge. Pass leg stump. Short fine leg. Fielder does well. Absolutely. They need somewhere around 170 to be competitive, especially with the batting lineup of Abu Dhabi. It will be very important for them to strike early, especially Ron Mustafa and Ali Shan. I think they really hold the key at the top, along with Ali Abid, who's been in terrific form.
Absolutely. We know what those two men can do in the middle. Any score is going to be less if those two batters get going tonight. There's no such demons on this wicket. Right then, last delivery. Flicked away beautifully. But he'll find the fielder and get a single and retain strike in the next over.
117 for 5 after 15, and it's going to be time for a change of voices. It's going to be Ahmed Khwaja and Sameer Yunus to take you through to the end of the innings.
Thank you very much, OD and Asghar. Projected score suggesting 156. And you do feel that may not be enough. Like OS and Asghar were mentioning, Abu Dhabi have a lot of firepower in their batting lineup. The likes of Ali Shan Sharafu, Rohan Mustafa, Ali Abid, Mohammad Nadeem, Shehan Weeraratne, the glove man, played a very decent hand in the previous game as well. So it's imperative this pair in the middle provide that flourish to this innings. Ali Shan into the attack. Watchfully played, driven out towards extra cover for a single. And honestly, Sameer Yunus, seeing the dismissal of Hamdan Tahir, I don't think it was bad for Ajman. He was just struggling to find his range. Now you've got two big strikers of the ball at the crease.
Yeah, two ideal batters you want at this stage. Oh, that struck him on the pad. That could be close. And the finger's gone up. Ali Shan Sharafu was almost withdrawing from his appeal. But just at the last moment, the umpire decided that's going to go on to hit the stumps. And Hamad Ahmed Khan has to walk back quite early.
Well, that's a superb block hold Yorker from Ali Shan Sharafu. Just ambling in, but got it absolutely dead straight. That's crashing into middle and leg. And the umpire took his time, but I feel that is the correct decision. So huge blow. They needed Hamad Ahmed Khan to get going tonight. It's a flurry of wickets for Ajman. 118 for 6. Well, this is a surprise, but a pleasant one. Owais Ahmed at number 11 in the previous game, and he's got a major promotion tonight. I wish it was like that in our workplace as well.
Well, he's earned it. Not sure about the rest of us. Yeah, he was the one who provided some respectability to that total. A good first ball from Alishan Sharafa to him. He's not extremely fast, but he'll keep it in the right lines, and that's why he's been so successful in this tournament so far.
Yeah, he has a deceptive slower bouncer. Can bowl Yorkers at will. So good option here for Abu Dhabi. Slightly late on that one, but this is a lot better. Flicked away towards square leg. Will take a single now. Saghir Khan, he needs to concentrate here. 9 of 4, already got a 6 to his name. But you cannot afford a rash shot here. Shot selection, I feel, is his issue.
Saghir is certainly the senior partner in this partnership. He needs to be now the master planner about how they want to go about this next 4 overs. It's going to be important that he stays and then also get some important boundaries.
Flicked! High and far. Glorious hit from Saghir Khan.
Generally, any other batter at this stage would be looking to power that like a pull shot. But Saghir Khan saw the full toss early and beautifully flicked it off his hips. Full toss from Alishan Sharafu. And look at that, all class. Flick of the wrists, and it's gone all the way for a maximum.
That's a wonderful shot. Just shows what a gifted striker of the ball he is. Got immense ability, immense talent. It's just about doing it on a consistent basis. Smartly played. Keeps the strike and looks to continue with the big hitting. Not a bad over from Alishan. Just that one poor delivery spoiled it. 126 for 6 with 4 overs to come. So new bowler being introduced is Zia Mukhtar, right arm seamer. Has lively pace, can swing the ball, but being used in a death overs role at the moment. And rightly so, he was expensive in the previous game with the new ball. So let's see if he can make that adjustment. He needs to bowl as full as possible. Taking a look at the field for Saghir Khan. They've got 3-man deep on the onside. A sweeper cover and a deep point, Samir Yunus.
I expect wide Yorkers. A different role for Zia Mukhtar in this game. Down the ground. Because mid-off is up in the circle, he's made room for himself and gone with a straight bat. He's not just a powerful hitter of the ball, Ahmed. He's a very smart batter, Saghir Khan.
But that's a fabulous shot. Like you mentioned, analyzed the field, picked his area, and got a ball in his hitting range. Right in the slot and very smartly played. That had power and elegance. Nicely put away, and immediately the change in the field. The mid-off is dropping deep. And he cracks it over extra cover. All the way for half a dozen.
Where does he extract all that power from? He's not the biggest of blokes. Short in stature. But he's absolutely muscled that over covers. Fuller delivery again from Zia. This time just outside off. And look at the strength behind that shot. Whew, deep in the crease. And all the way for a maximum. 20 off 7 already.
Game-changing cameo here from Saghir Khan. But it has to be said, very poor deliveries from Zia Mukhtar. Right in the slot, inviting the big shot. He needs to mix it up here or find that block hold. Whoa. Short, and that's a lot better. Typical fast bowler's response.
Yeah, you got to mix it up like that. In these death overs, if you can't nail the Yorker, then the one thing you got to do is you got to keep varying your lengths and pace. We saw yesterday the faster bowlers did that to perfection towards the end of the innings. Zia Mukhtar has got to learn a thing or two from that.
Oh, absolutely. It's a lively wicket here. You will get that bounce if you bend your back. And Zia Mukhtar is a tall bloke. Should be able to get that rise. Was ready for it but couldn't quite connect on the pull. Well, he certainly never backs down from a challenge, Saghir Khan.
Yeah, what an entertainer. Still young, lots of years left in him. Already showing us that he's made up of a lot of good qualities. And so is this man on the screen, Awais Ahmed. Both of them play for the same domestic team here in the UAE. So conditions also very familiar for them.
Oh, absolutely. This is literally their backyard, the 7 District Sports Club. So they should be quite well accustomed. Big heave-ho. Well, that's what they sent him out there for. Couldn't quite connect on that one.
Now that's what helped him in yesterday's game. They were 90 odd for 9 and he came out, played a few shots like that. Almost all of them came off quite well. Got his team to a decent 140. Wasn't enough eventually, but it added some respectability to the total.
Well, am I being a bit over-ambitious in asking he should look to just push the ones and twos? Perhaps I am. Because Saghir is running hot. Strike rate of 270. This has gone straight up. Wicket keeper. Simple catch. So the experiment hasn't quite worked. Not a bad idea. Was worth the try. But Zia Mukhtar finally makes amends.
Yeah, with 3 overs left, I don't think he needed to go for his shot so soon. We've got 4 wickets left. You've got a striker off the ball in the form of Saghir Khan on the opposite end. The ideal plan would have been for him to just get a bat on ball and get off strike. However, he went for glory. Couldn't get as far as the wicket keeper. So no fireworks from Awais Ahmed today. 1 off 4 for him. It's 137 for 7.
So the new batter coming in is another hard-hitting bowling all-rounder, Mohammad Ismail. Ibrar Shah, well, he was very expensive in the power play. I think he's more natural in this role at the death. Down the leg side though, trying to whip that away off the hip once again. So he needs to show some control here. A couple of big overs here. Could Ajman maybe take them towards that 160, 170 sort of target?
170 is what Adnanul Mulk indicated at the toss. He said 170 is a score that we'll be comfortable putting up on a track like this. Yesterday, we had 140s. One was chased down, the other not so much. So 150 plus is certainly a good enough score in the first innings here.
Cracked away towards mid-wicket. And will find the gap. Beautifully placed by Saghir Khan.
Gave it a lot of muscle on that one again. 2 full and 2 straight from Ibrar. He's played a old-fashioned tail-enders cross-batted shot. He's gone in the gap more importantly.
Once again, you need to be either very short or very full. Anything in between. And Saghir Khan will latch onto it. 31 of just 11 deliveries. That's better. Wide Yorker and well executed.
Yeah, you need more of those from the bowlers. Unfortunately, we haven't seen that much towards the death overs. We've seen bowlers trying way too many things, but that wide Yorker is a very useful currency to use. Batters do find it very difficult to get that away.
2.4 overs remaining. Saghir Khan, well, he's found the middle of the bat and he's picking the gaps at will. Ibrar Shah, can he knock him over? It's a 1v1 tussle. Low full toss. Long off has a chance. That's an excellent catch and a huge blow to Ajman.
He knew it as soon as hit it, Saghir Khan. Because it toss it off the toe end of the bat. Hadn't timed it at all. And the catching from Abu Dhabi has been excellent this evening. They've held on to all the catches they've been given, but a superb knock from Saghir. 31 of 13, an important cameo in the context of the innings, comes to an end. It's 142 for 8 now.
So it's the fast bowler Muhammad Abu Bakr coming in at 10. Ibrar Shah redeems himself, picking up the key wicket of Saghir Khan. And Ajman are in danger of being bowled out here. Slicing it just over the point region. The sweeper cover was slightly squarer. And I'm surprised they've only taken one run. At this stage, it doesn't really matter who's facing. But Saghir Khan just couldn't connect on that one, Samir.
He was expecting another length delivery. That's why he went deep in the crease. And because he saw the full toss, had to really lean into playing that shot. And in the end, it went nowhere. So two new batters on the crease. Abu Bakr has just gotten off the mark with that outside edge. Ismail, now the left-hander, will take strike for the first time.
Yeah, I've seen him play some thrilling cameos in the past. If there's something within his range, he would certainly clobber the ball. Ibrar Shah coming around the wicket immediately. Third and fine in the circle, so he needs to be very precise. Long on, deep mid-wicket, deep square. All in readiness. Oh, well bowled. There is an appeal, but I think it's just the bat grazing the turf.
Yeah, I got him on the full. I thought may have kissed the off stump on its way, but missed everything eventually. But a good ball. That's the kind of length you want to be on. That's what he targeted against Saghir, got success. He's doing it the same way against the rest of the batters as well.
Yeah, he certainly does have that extra pace. Bowls around maybe 80, 82 miles per hour. That was excellent. In fact, maybe just off the boot. Hence the appeal. But clearly, impact was outside. But an excellent over so far. Only one boundary hit. Brilliant Yorker. Nothing you can do with that one except squeeze it out and get to the other end.
He's had no problem making the adjustment from around the wicket. Generally, you find bowlers just struggling to get their line. But Ibrar has been brilliant, even though he got hit for that 4 in the over. It's 144 for 8 after 18.
Zia Mukhtar been very busy in the field. Be taking a lot of catches in this D20. And he'll be quite chuffed to have a wicket to his name as well. One of the key players. Frontline fast bowler. It's important he find his rhythm. Meanwhile, Ajman, 12 legal deliveries to contend with. Let's hope they can bat all of them for their sake. Bowl them! Well, with that approach, they're not going to last.
Yeah, he walked on the track on that one, Ismail, looking to try and get it on the full. But he ended up playing a swipe towards the leg side. Zia Mukhtar getting through his defences and knocking over that off stump. Another wicket to the tall fast bowler. And now from 80 odd for 1 at one point, Abu Dhabi. 9 wickets down for 144. Mohammad Ismail makes just 1 of 3.
Essam Mathiur Rab coming in at number 11. He's a lot more capable than that. But he needs to show that capability for the next 11 deliveries.
We've been saying that about a few cricketers now. Unfortunately, not many have lived up to their reputation. Sam has a chance. He's got 11 deliveries to face, or at least to be out there for. If these two can just have a chat, get them past the 150 mark, get that psychological advantage.
Slower delivery, very nicely bowled, and he's offering the strike to Abu Bakr. I'm not so sure about this one, Samir.
Yeah, in danger of getting bowled out consecutive nights here, Ajman. That's not going to help them in their confidence. They do have a lot of work to do with their batting, and we talked about how they were 80 odd for one at one stage of the game. They were really cruising along, but then there was a procession of batters who walked in and out after that.
Yeah, I was hopeful of seeing them get beyond 180, but we're going to fall well short. This has gone straight up. Ali Shan backpedaling. Oh, just lost it in the lights and didn't backpedal enough.
Well, throughout his run, he was in two minds. Should I keep running backwards or should I just turn my body straight? In the end, he did a bit of both, and the ball just kept leaving him.
Nicely disguised ball into the pitch. Had a lot of height, not much distance, but had enough distance to clear Ali Shan. And yeah, in the end, looked a bit comedic there. Chipped. Past the mid-off. Will pick up a couple. So drip by drip, they are reaching that 150 mark. But who would have thought at the halfway stage?
Yeah, they've still got 9 balls left in this innings. I would have wished they had a set batter out there to try and at least get 2 boundaries out of these remaining deliveries. That would really set them to a decent total from here on. It's not a bad looking score, but just that momentum has not been with them.
Yeah, it certainly fizzled out here. Outside edge, flashed. Smartly, Ali Abid has kept a deep third. So they will pick up a single. But now these are just desperate runs. And with the firepower Abu Dhabi have in their side, Ali Abid in prime form, Ali Shan Sharfu, Rohan Mustafa, Mohammad Nadeem. Well, Ajman will really need to bowl out of the skins.
Well, those of us with OCD will be hoping that there's a wicket here, because then there'll be a target of 150 exactly for Abu Dhabi. Last ball of the over. Playing and missing. And another good over from Zia Mukhtar picks up the second wicket. It's 149 for 9.
So the final over coming up. Ibrar Shah 1 for 31 on the day. Last over was a good one. Only 7 runs off it. And the key wicket of Sagir Khan. So can he wrap this innings up? Slower delivery. Well, Isam Matiurab was trying to be inventive. In the end, couldn't do much about it.
Yeah, bringing out some Zumba skills there, Isam. Dancing around in the track. But in the end, like you said, nothing really came off of it. And Ibrar has also changed his pace around quite well. We saw him getting hit by Saghir Khan quite a bit, but he did well after that to deceive him with that slower, low full toss.
Yeah, mixing it up nicely, keeping the batter guessing. Oh, there's an under edge, I think. Shy at the stumps. Could have a double play, but he'll just about make it in time. So 150 up for Ajman.
Yeah, they didn't miss it by much, Shehan, from behind the stumps. Was almost shaving the off stump there. Yeah, clearly an under edge. He was looking to go through the offside. And had he hit, would have been very close.
Yeah, got a very bad bounce in the end. He did well. Could have easily scuttled past him for 4 runs. Right then, 2 fast bowlers up against each other. Mohammad Abu Bakr versus Ibrar Shah. This has gone up. This could be a chance. Mid-wicket. Will take the catch. Young Qasim out there. Holds on. And Ajman have holed out for exactly 150 here. Very disappointing second half of the innings.
Yeah, length delivery. Abu Bakr looking to get under it. Got a lot of elevation. And that fielder down at mid-wicket had to really run in And in the end, he did well to hold on to it. So 150 exactly. And once again, back-to-back nights, they've gotten all out here in the 7 District Presents D20, Emirates D20, powered by Fancode. Not the best of starts for this host Emirate, Ajman. They'll be hoping today, though, that their bowlers can try and defend this 150 that their batters have put up.
Yeah, and full marks to Abu Dhabi to take 9 wickets in 10 overs. There you can see it was Adnan ul-Mulk who set the tone with a fabulous half-century. Got good support from Wajid Khan, a good cameo. Hamdan Tahir, 21 of 32, struggled. But after him and Lovepreet Singh Bajwa got out, it was an absolute procession, apart from Sagir Khan, who got a quick-fire 31.
Yeah, this 3 extras tells you how well the bowling has been disciplined. It was expensive, Ibrar, 32 in his 3.3, but he picked up 2 big important wickets, that of Sagir Khan as well. Rohan Mustafa was the one to make that first breakthrough, 1 for 29 from him. After that, those middle overs where they really controlled the game very well. Haider, 2 for 25, just 6.25. Nadeem, very well, 1 for 17. Surprise package, that one. Just 17 runs given away. Ghulam was expensive in his 2 overs, also picked up a wicket. So was Ali Shan, 9 runs for 1. And of course, Zia Mukhtar towards the end picking up 2 wickets. So all the bowlers chipping in with the wickets. And Abu Dhabi will be mighty pleased that their bowlers have contributed and given an all-round effort to get Ajman bowled out for 150.
So it was Wajid Khan with the early aggression. Taking a look at the highlights of the first innings. Anytime Ibrahim Shah overpitched, he was taken to task. That was a glorious hit over square leg. But a pinpoint accurate Yorker from Rohan Mustafa got the first wicket. Haider Ali took a bit of tap at the hands of Lovepreet Bajwa and Adnan ul-Mulk, but he did get the wicket of the Ajman captain, and that was a dream delivery to get Saad Maqsood. Lovepreet Singh Bajwa was looking good, played some big shots, but just got trapped with that straighter one. And after he departed, well, it was a flurry of wickets going down. The catching from Abu Dhabi was excellent, did not give any second chances to any of the Ajman batters. Excellent Yorker there from Ali Shan to get the big wicket of Hamad Ahmed Khan. Sagir Khan played a pretty decent cameo. That was a firm shot over mid-off. And this one going over extra cover, perhaps the shot of the innings. Awais Ahmed was sent in as an experiment at number 8 and didn't quite work. And the wickets just kept tumbling. And in the end, completely knocked over. Didn't bat the allotted 20 overs. Zia Mukhtar with a good spell at the death. 2 quick wickets to his name. Mohammad Ismail inside edge onto the stumps. And the final batter to fall was Mohammad Abu Bakr. Another excellent catch in the outfield from Abu Dhabi. So 151 is the target for the men in yellow and black. How will they approach that target? We'll find out in just a few minutes' time. Stay tuned. Good evening, cricket fans, and welcome back to the Seven Districts Presents Emirates D20 2024, powered by Fancode. Match number 5 in progress, and that is the Ajman batting effort. Adnan ul Mulk with a fabulous half century. Quick fire, 22 of 10 from Wajid Khan. Saghir Khan playing a good cameo as well, 31 of 13. But unfortunately, they have been bowled out in their allotted 20 overs for exactly 150. In terms of bowling for Team Abu Dhabi, everybody chipping in with wickets. The standout bowlers, Ibrar Shah and Haider Ali, the left-arm spinner, and Zia Mukhtar with a very good spell at the death as well, 2 for 16 in his 2 overs. So Abu Dhabi looking to go top of the table with back-to-back victories in their opening games. 2 umpires emerging out in the middle, Mr. Imran Munir to the right of your screen, and to the left of my screen is my co-commentator Oais Ali. Good evening.
Good evening, Ahmed, and good evening to all our viewers. 150 is what they've managed to score. Quite similar score to what they scored in that previous encounter. Well, they were going along very nicely in the first innings, Ajman. They were 86 for 2 in 10.2, Ahmed. And I think that's where they just lost the plot. And Hamdan Tahir just wasn't looking at his 100% today. And that was one area and one phase of the game where they went really slow.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. After being 86 for 1, 86 for 2 in fact, to be bowled out in 10 overs, very poor effort indeed. And that has been their Achilles heel. The batting has not quite clicked, even though the captain batted beautifully. Even Wajid Khan got them off to a fly. In fact, they were going at 9 runs above at the end of the power play. I think they had 56, but still got bowled out. Let's see if the bowling can live up to the expectation. This man on screen in particular would be very important with the new ball. Tell us more about him.
Oh, he's a fine talent, Awais. He will bring the ball in towards the right-handers. He's also got a very surprising delivery, which at times goes away from the right-hander. And that is a quality and a ball he's produced lately. So you need to watch out when he's bowling with the new ball. Just not force the issue. But I think Ali Shanshar, for being on strike, he knows one way to play.
Yeah, he's coming off a low score, so he'll be looking to get going this evening. There was an initial thought to have a slip in place. Lafpreet instead has moved to short mid-wicket. Absolutely world-class, this pairing. Have represented the UAE for many years, especially this man on screen. It's umpire Imran Munir and Mr. Sunij, who is at square leg. So here we go. First ball of the second innings, target of 151. Let's see if OS Ahmed can create that impact for Ajman. Oh, full toss. And a bit of a sighter for Ali Shan.
And I think he's gotten away with it. Ali Shan Sharfu is very a destructive batter if you bowl anything full. And that was a juicy full toss. Yeah, you can see the funny side of it. Not the ideal of deliveries though by OS.
Oh, absolutely. You bowl that again to Ali Shan, it'll end up in the neighbouring oval. Searching for that fuller delivery, likes to swing the ball at high pace. Usually a very reliable operator with the new seed. Nicely turned away. Minimum of fuss and Ali Shan Sharifu is underway.
But there's one thing which Team Ajman they need to ensure, and that is to pick up early wickets. They're defending a very low target, I would say, considering Abu Dhabi. They have a very strong batting lineup. Rohan Mustafa, Ali Shan Sharfu, and then there's Ali Abid. You just name them and they just keep coming at you. So that would be the ideal approach to attack, and haven't really seen a slip early on for Ali Shan Sharfu. Let's see if they've got for Rohan Mustafa.
Yeah, once again, having just short mid-wicket rather than a slip fielder. They need to take a leaf out of Sharjah's playbook, the way they bowled yesterday, defending a low score versus Fujairah. Third in the circle and just moves a touch finer. And he's taken a deep point instead for Rohan Mustafa alongside the square leg. So mid-off and mid-on are up. So if the ball is pitched up, you know Rohan is going to thrash it down the ground. Inside edge. Straight to the fielder. And needed a better effort. Throw at the wrong end as well.
Yeah, talking about Rohan Mustafa, Ahmed is one of those players who will constantly give you chances, because every time he comes to bat, he's looking for those big shots. So I think the bowler will always have that opportunity and a chance to grab a wicket early on.
Yeah, Rohan Mustafa is certainly always in attack mode. Alishan Sharfu, equally destructive, but perhaps a bit more measured in his approach. Not seeing any big swing so far from OS. Beautifully bowled, right in the block hold. Nothing anybody can do about that one.
Well, I think he's seen the match which yesterday happened where Mohammad Rohit Bangash, he went ballistic, and those in-swinging deliveries, opponents had no answers whatsoever. I think he was just trying to do a replica of that.
Yeah, Alishan did well to remain leg side of the ball. You don't want to take a big stride and get yourself in trouble. And they can even afford to see off his spell, his opening burst with the new ball. Squeezed away towards third. So just taking their time, and rightfully so. They know in the back of their minds they have the firepower to chase down this target relatively easily.
Yes, absolutely. They can get their eye in the middle, both the batters. They know how much they're chasing, so a couple of big overs or even a good start in the power play, and the match will completely go in the favour of Team Abu Dhabi early on.
Absolutely, they are the defending champs of the Emirates D20 and will want to go back to back. They've certainly got the team for it. Inside edge again, past the fine leg. Deep square will not get to it. Not quite where he intended, but he'll take the 4 runs.
Yeah, also not the ideal of shots and the starts from Rohan Mustafa. Not where he intended to play, but he'll take that any day. There you go, trying to target the stumps, and got a little late, I would say, Rohan Mustafa. But then in the end, it has gone towards the boundary. That's the end of the first over. Abu Dhabi 7 for no loss.
So it's going to be pace from both ends. Mohammad Abu Bakr, right arm fast. Terrific bowler. Can get that ball to swing away from the right-hander. So let's see, can he provide that breakthrough? Seeing him after a fair while in the domestic scene, but he's certainly a hot prospect. Pulled away with ease. Alishan Sharfu. Casual elegance.
Well, what a way to welcome Abu Bakr. He's playing this important game against a quality side, and that is not the right ball. You want to be bowling to Alishan Sharfu right away. It is short, it is in his zone, and he's just timed it to perfection. Didn't try to hit it too hard, but then getting maximum results of it.
How easily did he just dispatch that away to mid-wicket? It was almost like he was doing it in slow motion. And like you mentioned, just timed the ball. That's all he needed. Dancing down, over mid-off, pumped for 4.
Well, it seems like he switched on his beast mode pretty early in this innings. What a tremendous strike, just dancing down the track, and has middled that to perfection. And straight away under the pressure and under the pump is Abu Bakr.
Fabulous batting. Look at that, just a half step. And mid-off in the circle, absolutely no chance. Clean as a whistle. And yeah, beast mode is well and truly on. Mohammad Abu Bakr on red alert. He goes fuller and he's been smashed. 1 bounce again. 3 boundaries on the trot.
Well, this is too easy for Alishan Sharfu. That is a gift you have given to him. With provided a fuller delivery, it was more like a half volley. And thank you, said Alishan Sharfu. Look at that terrific flow of the bat. Excellent balance, inside out shot. Mind you, a very tough shot to execute. But look at that, he's done it so elegantly.
So still at the crease. Perfect balance. Head over the ball. And he's not interested in keeping it along the carpet. He'll go over the top. 14 off 7 in the blink of an eye. And that's the Alishan Sharfu we've come to know and admire. So Abu Bakr getting a few words of advice. He certainly needs to correct his length. He goes for it again. Make that 4 boundaries in a row for Ali Shan.
Well, this man is announced himself now. He's looking very dangerous. And poor bowling and field setup, I would say. That's not the ideal length you would want to be bowling. And that is the 4th boundary on the trot.
Well, one should never endorse any sort of bullying. But that's exactly what Ali Shan Sharifu is doing at the moment. Stand and deliver. Towards long off, extra, mid-wicket, cow corner. He's peppering the boundaries at will. A very short delivery. You'd need a step ladder to reach that one.
And he's struggling here, Abu Bakr. He's not finding his line or length here. I think somebody needs to, a senior statement, maybe Adnan, the captain himself, might as well want to have a word with him. That is the last delivery. Trying to go short. Not a bad ploy, but then again, yeah, easy decision for the umpire. Way above his head.
You can sense that he's lacking confidence just in his run-up. He's not thundering in at the crease. You need to have that self-belief. You need to know that you can get the batter out. Pulled away again, and it's going for 4 once again. 5 boundaries in the over.
Well, it is raining boundaries here. It is absolute carnage in the very second over. And it is who? This man again, Ali Shan Sharifu, is taking on Abu Bakr.
Well, he's tearing them apart. A nothing delivery once again in the middle of the pitch. And even though he was down the track, he had so much time to fetch it and whack it over mid-wicket. Can we get 6 boundaries in the over? My word, what a start to this run chase. Oh, beautiful slower delivery. So 5 boundaries, but that was a good seed to end the over. Well, Abu Dhabi are off to a flyer. 28 for no loss. 21 runs off the over. So Abu Dhabi have kicked off this run chase with some style. Rohan Mustafa, 5 off 2, and Ali Shan Sharifu. Wow, what can one say? He leaves you speechless. What a player. Cracked away, but there is a deep point for Rohan Mustafa. Smart field setting. So what can Ajman do here to produce a breakthrough?
Well, they'll have to be very smart. And I think bringing a medium pacer or a fast bowler at this stage of the game, it's suicidal. Ali Shan Sharifu is looking in hot form now, and offering him any pace, I believe, is not a good idea, Ahmed.
Very true. But do you want to put the finger spinners in the firing line in the power play? I'm not sure where Adnan al-Mulk can turn to. This man needs to create an impact. Did get that swing, but the line was off. And extras will certainly not help the cause.
There was a poor last over from Abu Bakr. And even if you just notice the field he had set up, Ahmed, he had a deep extra cover and then he had a deep square leg. And he just kept on bowling short, and he knew that Ali Shan Sharifu, he's targeting the mid-wicket and the long on. And then after he was smashed, he realized on the very last delivery, and then the fielder went back on the long on position.
Yeah, certainly needs to correct his length. Bowled him! Or has he? Well, I heard a sound. Oh my word. Getting carried away. It was just a bat getting jammed onto the surface. Lucky escape for Ali Shan.
Well, there were 2 reasons for you celebrating, Ahmed. One, that sound of that bat, and then the celebration coming in from OS.
Well, smiles all round. My word. Just jammed it absolutely dead in the popping crease. And everybody can see the funny side of it. Except us. I'm feeling slightly embarrassed, but what a delivery that was from Awais Ahmed. He really bent his back on that one, trying to get that swing in the air. Oh, inside edge. Well, if you're going to err in your line, bowl it absolutely full, just like Awais Ahmed.
Yeah, he's bowling with a lot of heart and courage, I would say, Awais. He's trying to bowl in those block hole deliveries, and you have to be very precise. If you get it marginally wrong, it will turn out to be a half volley, and we know what Ali Shan did in that previous over.
Well, what is this next delivery going to be? Is he going for the Yorker again? Maybe the surprise bouncer. He does have a deep square in position and a deep third. He'll be a brave boy to try to pitch it short. Goes with the slower ball, but he's pumped in the gap. Adnan ul Mulk heading after it, but save your legs. When Ali Shan Sharfu hits the ball, it stays hit.
Well, this field is lightning quick. By no means Ali Shan Sharfu got this from the middle of his blade, but then still he did find the gap eventually, and just look at the way it travelled to the boundary. No chance, and Adnan, the skipper, he gave it way too early.
Yeah, even though he got in a bit of an awkward position there, Ali Shan adjusted and still found the gap. And because it's a dry evening, no chance on this outfield. You penetrate the 30-yard ring, it's gone. Good delivery. Bottom hand forcing the ball in the gap. Ali Shan Sharfu, he's toying with the bowlers of Ajman.
Well, this is unbelievable. That just went for a boundary. It was a brilliant delivery from Awais. And I thought it's just going to be a single, but then again, it has gone towards the boundary. So it was a quiet over, but then another boundary coming in.
Well, time to get the calculators out. We've seen 120 from Luqman Faisal. Only 151 Abu Dhabi are chasing here. So can Ali Shan, the way he's going at this rate, can he get 100 here? Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself in excitement. But that's the way he's playing, 30 or 14. Littering boundaries all over the 76 Sports Club. Big wide, and that's a stunning stop by the keeper. Hamdan Tahir did well.
Oh, he's done extremely well behind the stumps. Awais trying to go for the glory delivery. Yeah, he is getting that initial movement inwards towards Ali Shan, but then completely getting the line wrong, and rightly said, tremendous keeping behind the stumps.
He's got 7 boundaries in this innings of 30. Ali Shan Sharfu. Pretty much see ball, hit ball at the moment. And it's hitting the gap as well. Going at 13 runs per over. So Abu Dhabi have certainly attacked this target with a lot of verve and style. Adnan ul Mulk geeing on his teammates, but they need a moment of inspiration. Check drive, but straight to the fielder. Not a bad idea to come around the wicket. 39 for no loss after 3. So Abu Dhabi have attacked this target of 151 with some gusto. It's going to be left arm spin. Mohammad Ismail, not a big turner of the ball. Relies more on that arm delivery. And he's up against a southpaw as well. Pulled in the air. Spliced it rather. Rohan Mustafa has looked very different in his striking form as compared to Ali Shan. But look at the running between the wickets. That should have never been 2. But Rohan Mustafa always switched on to an opportunity.
Yeah, he's very fast between the wickets, is Rohan Mustafa, and alongside Alishan Sharfu as well, responding well to his call.
Crashed over extra cover, poor delivery, and it sailed away for 6.
Yeah, he was a mere spectator for a while, Rohan Mustafa, and now that he's gotten the strike, he's hit a lusty blow, waited for the delivery, a poor delivery, a drag down, and there you go, safe option knowing there's no one down in that region, and has played a very good shot in the end.
The value of experience. He knew exactly where to target. Pulled away, it's flat, 1 bounce, 50 up for Abu Dhabi with a boundary.
Well, this is brilliant stuff now. It is Rohan Mustafa joining the party alongside Alishan, and Ismail is not learning from his mistake. Yet again, opting to go short. There's no protection there. And thank you, says Rohan Mustafa. He's got another boundary to his name.
Well, Adnan ul Mulk had to do something, but the move has backfired big time. Ismail is struggling to just land the ball in the right area. That's gone like a bullet over extra cover. Rohan Mustafa unleashing.
Well, where would you want to bowl to this man, Rohan Mustafa? You bowl him short, he's going to smash you down towards that leg. You bowl him fuller in the offside, he takes you down towards the cover region. He's looking dangerous as well now.
Overcorrection coming in. A real slot ball. And they're tearing them apart here. 55 for no loss in just the 4th over. And even Rohan Mustafa is catching up to Alishan now. This is tremendous batting from Abu Dhabi. He's connected. And it's sailing out of here. Bye-bye.
Well, it is raining sixes and boundaries here in the 7 districts ground. Yet again, Ismail not getting it right. Well, I feel for the bowler. That wasn't all that bad a delivery, Ahmed. It's just that they're in a lot of confidence now, these two batters. And that is what happens. There you go. Terrific bat speed and another maximum to his name.
Great, clean, free swing of the arms from Rohan Mustafa. 28 of just 8 deliveries. There really is no respite from either end. Finds the block hold. And Rohan Mustafa will retain the strike. 23 runs off the over. My word. What a start. 62 for no loss. Abu Dhabi well ahead of the game at this stage. Ajman were going along quite nicely as well. They did get 50 in the power play, but then the wheels completely came off in the second half of the innings. I doubt that will happen to Abu Dhabi. Right then, who's going to bowl the 5th? Awais Ahmed will continue. So Adnan al-Mulk still persevering. Was hit for 11 runs in the previous over, but it wasn't a bad one. Let's see if Rohan Mustafa hit in the air and just in front of the mid-off. That was not really a chance, but finally a mistimed hit from an Abu Dhabi batter.
Yeah, Rohan Mustafa will consider he's missed out to this one. It was in the slot, it was fuller. There was no swing on offer. We saw Awais was swinging the ball initially, but now it's coming onto the bat really nicely. So more trouble times for Ajman.
Yeah, they've just knocked the swing out of it, so to speak. Some belligerent hitting. Both batters on 30. Rohan Mustafa going at a strike rate of 300. Alishan strike rate of 200. Well, that's how they like to operate in the power play. Sliced away just over the cover point fielder. And Alishan Sharfu, he will not be contained tonight.
Well, this one is straight, are the screwed. What a brilliant shot once again. Alishan is on the verge of scoring a 50 here. And a much needed one. Couldn't really get going in that first game. But then is looking very, very confident and comfortable in the middle.
Yeah, I like how he's just clearing the fielders in the ring. Not really bothered with keeping it down. Perfect power play batting. They're trading shot for shot here. Alishan, Sherifu and Rohan Mustafa. Excellent delivery. He almost knocked him over, but didn't knock him out.
Yeah, that's not the first time we're seeing Awais bowling this kind of a delivery into the block horse, trying to knock the stumps. There you go, perfect delivery. How do you play those?
Yeah, he's gone into death bowling mode already. He did well just to get his bat down in time and to save his feet. That could have been right on that big toe of his. Still striving, still persevering. They need something to go their way. Struck on the pads, but clearly sneaking down leg. Oh, a shy at the stumps. I think he'd given up on that one. A direct hit would have sent him towards the dugout.
Well, this wicket was pretty much required from here onwards in this game. And that is the only way they can come back. They still need a lot of runs, 84. But then again, as I mentioned, you need to pick up wickets.
Yeah, where do they turn to? Maybe Saghir Khan can create an impact. Hamad Ahmed Khan with his off spin was pretty decent in the previous game. The spinners will get some purchase. But do they dare flight the ball? I'm not so sure. Especially in the power play. Unbelievable batting from Abu Dhabi tonight. Hit in the air but in the gap. Screaming away for 4.
Well, he's a man on a mission tonight. Rohan Mustafa also looking for his 50 now. 20 runs shy. And once again, Awais trying to go fuller, providing a lot of width. And Rohan Mustafa playing a beautiful cover drive, getting another boundary to his name.
Yeah, you know, Rohan Mustafa is in prime form when he nails that cover drive. He's strong, square of the wicket towards that cover point region or towards third. But when he's hitting it in front of square on the offside, then you know he's really ticking. 34 of 11, 34 of 18. I'll cover the names and you can guess the rest. Hard pull in the gap. Back-to-back boundaries.
Well, both these men are unstoppable now. Where do you bowl them? And Awais has been taken for a lot of runs now. Abu Dhabi are on the verge of winning this game very quickly now. 5 overs gone and 76 for no loss. That is the last delivery for you. Banging in short, Rohan Mustafa getting into a very good position, hitting into the vacant area in the cow corner and finishing off with a boundary. Well, there is going to be a change in the com box. It's going to be Samir Yunus alongside Asghar Khan to join in.
"76 in just 5 overs. Brilliant start this for Abu Dhabi. Oh, Saghir Khan introduced into the attack and immediately creates an impact. They were desperate for a wicket. They went to Saghir Khan and more often than not, he turns the game in his team's favour. Good evening to you, Asghar Khan.
Good evening to you, Samir, and good evening to one and all. What an impactful performance coming in from Saghir. First with the bat, he played some wonderful shots. Now, he's a captain's delight and straight away producing that breakthrough. That was a quick delivery. Bounced him out. 76 for 1, a much needed breakthrough here.
Yeah, it was quite simple from him, wasn't it? Bowlers were trying a little too hard up until this fifth over. It was either too full, too short. And the batters were having a good time, Alishan and Rohan, both of them, dealing in boundaries. But Saghir came in, immediately banged it short, directed well onto the body. And Alishan Sharafu had no choice but to almost fend at that. And just checking his foot there, that seems all right. Well behind the line. But a superb delivery to get rid of an inform Alishan. It's 76 for 1. At number 3 is Ali Abid for Abu Dhabi, another batter in good form. Made some important runs for his team, the skipper, in the first game. Now he's out there in a very comfortable position. Abu Dhabi have really laid the foundation, the top order batters, for a comfortable chase here. Oh, that's also very well bowled. A bit of extra bounce on that good length. Zahir Khan seems as if he's playing for a completely different team here.
He's a real fighter and he gives it all. Look at that for a delivery. Really reared up of a length and surprised him. Caught him in no man's land and a simple catch for Hamdan Taher. Wonderful start from Saghir.
This one's wide, outside the off stump, and Ali Abid has cracked that through the covers for a 4. What a one shot to get off the mark for the skipper. That's
room there from Ali Abid. In front of square as well. That goes to show how much time he has.
Yeah, they've really tonked the ball very hard, these top order batters, especially Alishan and Rohan. Really gone after the bowling. This one's a mere gentle push. Hamad rather at point, with a bit of a slip. I think this is what you need as a batting team. You either go extremely cautious or you go all out. Ajman were caught in two minds. They were neither here nor there, and as a result, yes, they did get off to a decent start, but just those middle overs, there was a bit of half-heartedness in their approach, and that's what led to their downfall.
Yeah, that clarity of thought is so important when you're approaching any game of cricket. Round the wicket into the surface. Ron Mustafa slapped that one hard, but didn't find the gap. Just a single there.
And despite losing his partner, don't expect Rohan to change his gears. He's known for going only one way, and that is the aggressive route. If it's there to be hit, he's going to go. If it's there to be hit, he's going to go after it. 38 of 12, and you'd think that the openers have done their job in terms of getting the team off to a flyer, putting them in a very comfortable position. Bowled him. This is Saghir Khan. He creates something out of nothing, and he's done exactly that tonight for Ajman. What a delivery. Slowed it down, fuller in length, and Ali Abid was completely outfoxed.
That takes some doing. To get rid of inform Ali Abid had to be something special, and this man has produced a wonderful slow delivery. Just dipped on it. Dipped on him at the last minute, and he's played all over it. Massive, massive moment in the game. 2 wickets in his first over. Look at that for a delivery. He's fine there.
Yeah, look at that. Ali Abid playing too early. Didn't read the slow one at all. And that's struck middle stump. Ali Abid has to walk away. Cannot contribute in this game. Right, much against the run of play. The last over of the power play produced a couple of wickets. Both in-form batters in the form of Alishan Sharaf and Ali Abid back in the hut. Ron Mustafa is still out there. And joining him now is Shehan Veeraratne. The field will spread out now as Isam Matheurab has been given the ball. Bit of wrist spin against the left-handed Ron Mustafa. Interesting call this from Adnan Mulk. This could go very, very wrong if Rohan gets under the young spinner.
And not an easy time to come in, especially bowling two left-handers, not one. So he's got his work cut out. He's a good young leg spinner. He's got the variations as well. He's got to be at his absolute best against these two.
Good start, just outside off. Rohan has to lean into that and push it towards the offside for a single. And they can afford to have a little quiet period here. Abu Dhabi, 16-8 of 83. Well in control this chase. Now Shehan Veeraratne will take strike for the first time. Well flighted. Turning into the left-hander, push towards the leg side, and he gets off the mark as well.
Played a really good knock the other day as well. Very solid in that middle order, Shehan. And looks to the strike. And that's the need of the hour here for Abu Dhabi.
Not afraid to flight it against a strong Ron Mustafa. But his lengths have been pretty decent. Hasn't been too full, nor too short. He was guilty of being a little too short in that previous game. Was taken apart, but seemed to have learnt his lesson, at least in this first over. It's been good 3 deliveries so far from the youngster.
This time drops it short and pulled away in the gap as well. And they'll come back for a second. The throw wasn't quite quick enough to stop that second run. Dropping it short and provided a lot of time.
Zahir Khan seems to be pulling all the weight for Ajman in this match. He scored that important 30 with the bat in hand. I loved Ajman to get to a decent total of 150. And now, even with the ball in hand, he's been the one to pick up these 2 wickets. But somebody else also needs to put their hands up and make an impactful contribution. You cannot expect one man to do it all for your team. Down the ground. Shehan had enough time to pull that down towards long on and will end the over with a single. In fact, there's one more ball left from Isam Matheurab. Beg your pardon, it's done. 89 for 2. Yeah, good starts from the top for Abu Dhabi. Alishan and Rohan, 2 very well-known destructive batters. Both of them getting a superb start. Rohan is still out there on 42. Alishan did what he was supposed to do. 34 of 19 for him. Rohan now on 42 of 16. Ali Abid unfortunately misses out thanks to a superb delivery from Zahir Khan. And Shehan has now joined Rohan out there in the middle. Couple of left-handers. So that should also make it challenging for Adnan Mulk to utilize his bowlers, because he does have the wrist spin of Isam, which can be risky against the left-handers. However, for now he will persist with Zahir Khan, who's been the lone warrior, the lone wolf for Ajman.
Around the wicket, beautifully bowled again. Rolling his fingers down the seam, and that was the off-cutter. Beats Ron Mustafa. Yeah, Samir, he's been superb. But you need a lot of support from the other end. Another wicket here. They need wickets in clumps here because they are way, way ahead of the run rate. The damage has been done by Alishan and Ron Mustafa already.
Full it straight this time. A nice looking drive from Rohan. And I think I made a very good point earlier on in his stint that when Rohan Mustafa is playing in front of square, that's when you know he's in very good form. Generally, he's a bit streaky, uses that edge and goes behind point usually. But when he's using his feet towards the ball, leaning into his drives, That shows that he's in good form, seeing the ball very nicely and timing it very nicely. And the score in front of us, 43 of 18, is a proof of that.
With his experience, he will look to kick on and get the job done. Into the surface, that slow bouncer offside, off stump, and carved away for a single from Shehan. That's will be his job, is to rotate strike, and Rohan will be the aggressor. They just need to keep it simple. They're way ahead of the run rate.
And they'll also know that Saghir is a smart operator. They won't mind just watching him off. There's no need to go after him. The required run rate is well within control here. There's plenty of other bowlers they can go after if needed. And for now, it's all too comfortable for Abu Dhabi. Nicely driven again. Just slicing it towards third there, who's in the deep. Oh, and the wicketkeeper won't be able to collect that. Hamdan came at a very awkward bounce to him, which will allow them to cross over for one more, making it a double for Rohan Mustafa, who now moves on to 45.
Very profitable area for Rohan Mustafa, square of the wicket. So they got the protection. Wideish third man and deep point. Seems to be the plan, to just drag him across into the surface. Another slow bouncer. One thing that Saghir does quite often, Samir, is that he really likes to mix things up. Not a bad ploy on this surface.
Yeah, and that comes with a lot of experience here in domestic cricket. We talked about how these are home conditions for him, literally their backyard. And that also brings me to the point of his form being so good in the recent past. He's been performing in every tournament he's been playing. We'll pick up on that conversation in the next over. But it's so great to see a young budding all-rounder doing well across multiple tournaments. So it also tells you it's not just phases or luck. It's genuinely good quality from the youngster. Yeah. And then you can see this controlled aggression against him. They're not trying to go too hard, and you cannot defend 150 with fumbles like this. Another extra run easily given to Abu Dhabi. Saghir Khan, quite obviously, isn't very pleased with that effort. It's 96 for 2 after 8. .96 for 2, Abu Dhabi. Not too far away from victory, just 55 more required. Rohan Mustafa 4 runs shy of a well-deserved half-century as Hamad Ahmed comes into the attack for the 9th over. Nice and straight and full from Hamad to start off. A rare dot ball for Rohan Mustafa.
Not a bad move because the two left-handers, off spinner is in. Use of the feet, and he's gone big here. That is clean, that is long, and that is a half century for the veteran.
What a way to bring it up. In typical Rohan Mustafa style. He's not going to get intimidated by the situation of the game. He likes to go big, and he goes big. 52 off just 22. He's a big match player. He's a big game player. And more often than not, he performs when his team needs him to. What a huge strike to bring up the 50.
Great use of the feet. Great execution. Uses his feet again, this time along the carpet. That's smart batting. Rotating the strike.
That's another feature of his batting, isn't it? And of late, you see him taking a lot more responsibility as a senior member of the team. You don't want to be losing another wicket at this juncture. Get a new man in. Shehan is already just 5 deliveries out there. Yeah, simple full toss to him. He'll be more than happy to get that single, give the big man all the strike, and get this done with as early as possible.
Far too easy. Hamad just been put under a lot of pressure by Ron Mustafa, and in process he's just not able to get his length right. Again, hit hard to mid-on for a single. Runs are coming very, very easy at the moment for Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, you look at this track, Asghar, and you wonder what a belter of a wicket this is for batting. Batsman hitting through the line, getting good runs, and 150 on a track like this is never going to be enough. Nicely punched towards the leg side, towards long on precisely. And look at that, Rohan Mustafa always looking for that double. He was pushing Shehan for it, but Shehan says, there's no need to risk it, sir. We're well in control. 106 for 2 after 9. Well, it's been entertainment from Rohan Mustafa. He went hard early on, came out to bat alongside Alishan Sharafu. Both of them went after the bowling, but Rohan's shots have been very impressive. He's played the ball to its merits. When it was full, he went after, right behind the bowler. And some beautiful strokes through the offside, creaming that cover region throughout his innings. There was a pull down towards long on in aggression. This was the 6th with which he brought up his 50. A very well compiled and an entertaining 50 from the senior man, Rohan Mustafa. You cannot keep him away from scoring. You cannot keep him away from any piece of action in the game. He always gets involved.
Absolutely brilliant. Typical Rohan Mustafa. Strong square of the wicket down the ground. Saghir continuing here. Again bowled into the surface. He's been hard to get away. Pick of the bowlers 2 for 14 at the moment and doing a great job here.
Yeah, we were talking about Saghir a couple of hours ago, and I wanted to pick your brain on him. You were very closely involved with his club here. He came on as a youngster, was your typical all-rounder, but suddenly over the last 6 months or so, he's changed things around quite a bit. Where has there been a spark in the way he plays a game? Like, what has happened actually with Saghir Khan?
Oh, this one has been bludgeoned down the ground from Rohan Mustafa. That slow delivery and picked up brilliantly. We'll come back to that discussion in a while, but what a stroke here from Rohan.
Yeah, full and straight. Rohan loves it when it's like that. Clears the front leg and goes big right behind the bowler. Yeah, that's bread and butter for him, isn't it? Length delivery in line with the stumps. He clears that front leg out and goes right behind the bowler for another boundary.
Again hit hard. This time straight to mid-off. Coming back to Saghir, the way he evolved himself of late, certainly. I think his attitude is a brilliant attitude. He's a fighter, and his work ethic is second to none. You come to ground in the morning, you see him training, whether it be in the gym or ground staff, and then he has that routine, working hard, those target practices. Oh, helped on his way towards square leg. Going to be another boundary. Saghir for once just getting slightly wrong there.
Yeah, this was well directed. It was a bouncer. Although it didn't rise as much as his previous bounces did, but Shehan was quick to use that pace of Saghir and nicely swivel across to hit that towards deep square. Nicely played and another boundary. So this is an expensive over from Saghir. We've been praising him, but he just hasn't got it right in this over. It's merry run making for Abu Dhabi so far. Just 35 runs away.
Shot again and beautifully controlled here from the left-hander. That is class. All he needed is to just place the ball behind square.
I'm trying to figure out if Shehan is actually Sri Lankan or is he somewhere from the Caribbean. Playing some calypso shots here. Off the hip. He's not a big bloke, but he's using the pace of the bowler here. Look at that. Nicely done. In control, more importantly. Doesn't look to hit it too hard. Finds the gap and makes sure it comes off the middle of the bat.
Another full toss this time. Driven to mid-off for a single. Excellent stuff here from Shehan. And Abu Dhabi cruising at the moment. 121 for 2 after 10 overs. And there's going to be change of voices. The combox, Wais Ali and Ahmed Khwaja will take you through.
Thank you very much, Samir Yunus. So Hamad Ahmed Khan will continue. Took a bit of a pounding versus Rohan Mustafa. But when he's in this kind of form, OS Ali, there's not much one can do really.
Absolutely, they're unstoppable. Rohan Mustafa playing a brilliant innings, 59. And the moment he came into bat, he was middling the ball straight away.
Yeah, that big over against Mohammad Ismail really got him going. Looted 23 runs against the left-arm spinner in the power play. And since then, there's been no looking back. And it's just allowed the young left-hander alongside him, Shehan, to just settle into his innings. But he's played a few eye-pleasing shots as well.
Yeah, he looked very confident since the time he's walked in. As our co-com Samir pointed out, he's played a couple of Caribbean look shots.
Yeah, very strong. Behind square on the onside for sure. Big hit. And clears the field. What a shot from Rohan Mustafa. Flat six at the edge of the com box.
Yeah, this was hit with some fierce force from the blade of Rohan Mustafa. 65 now in just 27 deliveries. Very full deliveries. Not going to spare you there. And have a look at the pace that has travelled out of the park.
Yeah, tried to cramp him for room. But the kind of form he's in at the moment. 65 of just 27 deliveries. Well, imagine if they were batting first here, OS.
Well, they are one of the sides who can score anywhere above 222-30, Ahmed. And we have seen that in the previous season as well.
Very dangerous side indeed. Flighted and crashed over extra cover. Hitting from the crease with such power.
Well, Hamad, he's not learning from his mistakes. Once again, a pretty much similar delivery bowling. Fuller in the slot. And in the end, it was a half volley and Rohan Mustafa playing a beautiful inside-out shot to get another 4 into his tally.
Well, who would have thought that Ali Shan Sharfu's innings will be overshadowed? Rohan Mustafa said, hang on. I have something to say about that. Magnificent knock. Goes big again. That's a monster hit.
Well, this is absolute carnage here in the Seven Districts Academy. It is Rohan Mustafa turning the heat on. 75 runs in 29 deliveries. This is simply exceptional stuff.
Just the sound of the blade. Clean swing of the arms. Full extension. What a hit. He is tearing them apart. 75 of just 29 deliveries. And make that 79 pumped into the side screen.
Well, this one has been smoked down the ground. Belted really hard by Rohan Mustafa, and Hamad has been very, very expensive. Look at that once again. Bowling very full to Rohan. And a brilliant shot yet again from his blade, getting 4 runs to close out the over. That is a very good innings by Rohan Mustafa. He's just gone ballistic today. It was Ali Shan Sharfu earlier. But then Rohan Mustafa said, hang on, I'm going to join the party. And has played a very good knock for his team. And there you go. That's the batting card for you. And it has been the Ali Shan and Rohan Mustafa show. It was Ali Shan giving a team a blistering start, 34 in just 19 deliveries. And then Rohan Mustafa, well, if they were chasing 170 odd, I think he was very much close to be reaching his personal milestone of 100 runs. Right then, just the 9 runs remaining. The game is pretty much done and dusted. And now Shehan also wouldn't mind to join the party and just play natural strokes. Game quickly as possible. He opts to take a single and give the strike to Rohan Mustafa. Move. Yeah, I think Ali Abid was very smart early on in the first innings. Ibrar Shah, he started off the proceedings. He went for plenty and then realizing He got his spinners into action, and that is where Team Abu Dhabi created havoc for Team Ajman. On the other end, Ajman, well, they didn't learn from the mistakes. They kept on bowling the medium pacers, and Ali Shan and Rohan Mustafa just took them to the cleaners. Short delivery, smash towards mid-wicket, but straight into the hands of the fielder. Will get another single and will reach to his 80s now. Certainly a match-winning performance first with the ball, getting an early wicket of Wajid, and then now has clearly played an entertaining knock for us tonight. Oh, beautifully bowled. Well, where were these kind of bowls? Previously, Abu Bakr was taken to cleaners. That was literally an unplayable delivery. Well, there'll be a lot of learning which Ajman team will be taking. It's still pretty much early. There's a lot of games to be played in this ground, so they're on the verge of losing the second one in the trot. On the other end, talking about Abu Dhabi, well, they are on a high. Nicely ball tucked away towards mid-wicket. It's going to bring Rohan Mustafa on strike, and I will not be surprised if Rohan Mustafa will try to finish this game with a ballistic 6. He has played a very courageous innings today. Never was interested in those singles and doubles, and why do you have to when you can just play like you can play like Rohan Mustafa did? So, a great start to the tournament. Rohan Mustafa is already looking very dangerous and devastating in this tournament. Fuller slashed really well. No chance for the fielder. Inching closer to the victory are Team Abu Dhabi. A brilliant stroke yet again from the blade of this man, Rohan Mustafa, who's ensuring they win this game pretty much early now. And that's going to really dent the net run rate of Team Ajman. There you go. Beautiful stroke, opening the face of the bat, intentionally playing over the head of the fielder. And it's gone towards yet another boundary. Right then, just one hit away to be winning their second game in this tournament, our Team Abu Dhabi. Last delivery of the 12th over. Oh, it was in the slot. Rohan Mustafa straight away calls for 2. And Shehan yet again denied the second. But the good news is that Rohan Mustafa will be on strike in the next over. 12 gone. Abu Dhabi are 150 for 2. Well, this has been a clinical performance from Team Abu Dhabi. In all 3 departments, they were brilliant. In the first innings with the ball, Ali Abid, the captain, making the right choices at the right times, was exceptional with this rotation of his bowlers. There you go, last delivery. Cut away, but into the hands of the fielder. So we'll have to wait a little more. Rohan Mustafa, clearly you can see he's enjoyed his knock, and why not when you score 85 in a crunch game, and that too on a big occasion. Beautifully bowled and nicely played. Tap and run. And that is it. It is Team Abu Dhabi who are victorious in their second game. They have conquered and won this game one-sided. And Ajman, well, they need to do a bit of catching up now. They have lost their game on the trot. And Abu Dhabi, well, all thanks to Ali Shan, Sharfu and Rohan Mustafa, What a tremendous, absolutely brilliant against the medium pacers, never giving a chance to them. And in the end, Abu Dhabi team has won this game comfortably by 8 wickets. And what that will do is that is going to definitely help them with their net run rate, which will certainly play a huge role in the latter part of this tournament. Yeah, Team Ajman just having a meeting in the middle and a pretty much required one. Lot of rethinking, regrouping, re-strategizing has to be done. And there you go, the man of the moment, Rohan Mustafa. Handshakes all around. There you go. What a performance from this man yet again. A complete match winner, a package, an asset I would say to his side, has once again delivered. And that's the batting card in Alishan Sharfu and Rohan Mustafa putting up a show. Alishan giving a great start when he went ballistic against Abu Bakr. 34 in just 19 deliveries. And then Rohan Mustafa wasn't really getting the strike initially, but then once he got into it, there was no looking back. Just 14 runs shy to be reaching his 100 in this game. 35 balls is all it took to reach that. Well, Shehan came in and played a very good, sensible knock, or rather say second fiddle, ensured that they win this game comfortably. Well, a bit of a worry for Team Ajman. A lot of bowlers were used and Awais was the only one who was looking good initially. But then if you see Abu Bakr went for plenty. Ismail, a day he would want to forget. 23 runs in 1 over. And then Saghir, well, he came in and he took 2 important wickets. And then we thought that they might be in for a chance. But Rohan Mustafa, he said, hold on, I've got different plans. Won this game for his team one-sided. Isam, Hamad and Wajid also could not pick up any wickets. There you go. Well, this is going to be very interesting highlights package for you. And it was Rohan Mustafa and Alishan Dar show, I would say. You bowl him anywhere and there were no answers for the bowlers. You bowl him full, he's going to take you down. You bowl short, he's going to just pull you away and cut you hard. And Awais Ahmed just could not get any kind of line and length when he was batting. But Rohan Mustafa, he wasn't getting the strike early on, but when he got, he just announced himself and just took the bowling to the cleaners, and that was the first wicket. And this is when we thought that they're back into the game. And there you go, what a tremendous delivery that was to get rid of the captain Ali Abid. Rohan Mustafa, he said, I'm just going to go to my merry way. And Shehan playing that lovely shot, brilliant batting by him as well. And Rohan just kept on hitting those sixes, was not interested in those doubles, and was absolutely in a beast mode today. Look at that shot, just smoked down the ground. And I think there were no answers from Team Ajman when Rohan Mustafa is in this kind of a form. Right then, that's the match summary from you. And Ajman batting first, managed to score 150 in 19.3 overs. Bowled out, could not even play the allotted 20 overs. Adnan Al-Mulk, the captain, playing a very good handy knock for his team, 50. Saghir Khan joining very late and played 31. Wajid also started off really well with Adnan, 22. Zia picking up 2, Haider picking up 2. And in reply, Abu Dhabi, well, they chased this down in just 12.2 overs. Brilliant batting by Rohan Mustafa and Alishan. The two batters went on with a brilliant partnership, and then Jahan also joining the party. Saghir was the only man who looked a little threatening, but then again, it was too easy for Rohan Mustafa, ensuring his team wins one-sided by 8 wickets.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the post-match presentation for match number 5 of the 7 Districts Presents Emirates D20 2024, powered by Fancode. It was Abu Dhabi taking on Ajman. Ajman won the toss, elected to bat first, and they were restricted to a score of exactly 150. And in the end, the Abu Dhabi batters put on a power show, chasing down the target in just the 13th over with 8 wickets in hand. A lot of outstanding performances today. It's time to give the player of the match memento that will be presented by our esteemed match referee, Mr. Iftikhar Ali. And it goes to the one and only, the champion, Rohan Mustafa. 86 of 35 deliveries with 5 maximums and a wicket to boot. What a complete all-round show from the legend. Rohan Mustafa, batting we know, bowling we saw. Wicket keeping is the first time I've seen you do that. Is there anything on a cricket field that you do not do at a high level?
First of all, thanks to Allah. Whatever my team needs, I'm there for it. And, we were short of players because the players were coming from Abu Dhabi. Honestly, credit to them. They come from Abu Dhabi, goes back to Abu Dhabi. Honestly, it's a very tough job. And then Alishan was doing, but he got injured, so I told him, let me do it as well.
Well, you did it really well. They were 86 for 1 at that stage. You are a senior member of the side. What is the conversation you had with the team on how to restrict them?
Honestly, we have a very good spinner. Nadeem is bowling really well as a rounder. We have that advantage. I bowl as an all-rounder, and then Haider is a left-arm spinner who do very well. So honestly, I've just told him, if he can, stop them in 10 overs, then the ball get a little bit rough. In the daytime, it start turning and it's not coming on the bat easily. And there was only one scare from Saghir because he's playing really well. In development, he did very well. So once he hit few sixes, got out. So I was like, they will be restricted till 160, but they got 150.
And of course, it's a new look Abu Dhabi side this season. 3 or 4 new players coming in. You are one of the senior members of the squad, one of the leaders of the squad. What is the message you have given? How are you going to defend your title?
We just speak to them. They are very good players. I played little cricket in Abu Dhabi. They are very talented player. But, when they come on the camera, they get a little bit pressure. You just told them, just need to enjoy. How Shehan just bat, he really bat well. I saw him in Abu Dhabi. Then I've spoke to him, you play in Abu Dhabi side, you don't play like how you play in when you play in your own ground. So now he start playing really well. Once we have that kind of, players in our team, so it's easy for us. And of course, we have Abid, Nadeem. There are good players as well.
But when you have a player like Rohan Mustafa, then everything looks easy. You were outstanding today. Well done.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, that's all from the post-match presentation for now. But stay tuned. We have another blockbuster match coming up at the 7 Districts Presents Emirates D20 2024, powered by Fancode. It's Dubai taking on Emirates Blues.